Oil change. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The Brian Bailey Show.
Ryan Robinson, the Executive Associate AD at East Carolina. What was it like working with the Mannings so close?
I think it was great. You know, you learn a lot. I think the one thing I learned from Peyton is preparation, and I still try to take it to this day is, you know, don't ever go into anything without being prepared. And image is, obviously Peyton and the whole family has lived off their image, and they're really good people off the field. I mean, you know, their father, Archie Manning, is one of the nicest men you'll ever meet.
The Brian Bailey Show, Mondays at noon, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get an all-new 2022 GMC Sierra 1500 and save up to $2,000 off. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,000 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, or go directly to our job postings at bit.ly/PCS employment. That's bit.ly/PCS employment. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student and every staff member every single day.
In studio with Dr. Shondell Jones from Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness. What's new, Dr. Jones?
Yes, we just added 6,000 more square feet of gym space where we're now able to offer our athletic movement programs. They're age-specific programs that help you develop speed, power, agility, and strength to give you that athletic edge. So come by and see us at Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness on Arlington Boulevard, or check us out online at kptonline.com. That's kptonline.com.
It's a new year and we have some exciting news at Angel Oak Home Loans. This is Talbot Green and I would like to introduce you to the newest member of our team, Braxton Green. I've known Braxton his entire life because he's my nephew. He is also a recent ECU graduate and has lived in Eastern North Carolina his entire life.
This is Braxton Green and I'm looking forward to working with you with your next home loan or refinance. Give us a call at Angel Oak Home Loans today at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685842. Equal housing lender.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, are you ready for some Warren's Hot Dogs? Warren's Original Hot and Judy's Mild Sweet Chili Hot Dogs have been the official hot dog of sports fans for over 30 years. Pick up a tailgate special this football season of 10 or more hot dogs for only $1.50 each. Warren's in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the new Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
Sustained effort and violence.
There's local politics, bud.
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
Do we not agree?
Was that supposed to be funny?
Cool, neat story.
It can be a total goat rodeo. Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, welcome in to this Thursday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios on a Victory Thursday. Thanks for tuning in today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1. In Washington, we're on 1250, 930. You can find us online, pr927fm.com. And watch the show on Facebook Live and on YouTube. Would love to hear your thoughts on last night's Pirate victory over the Tulane Green Wave. If you were there, it was a lot of fun. If you watched it on TV, you saw it. If you missed it, shame on you, but you got plenty of opportunities to see this team in action throughout the remainder of the college basketball season. What a fun night for those that saw it in Minges Coliseum, and we will break that one down coming up in just a few minutes. We'll talk about it later. Saw a celebrity sighting last night. Touchdown Tony Collins was at the game. We will talk to Tony Collins coming up in hour number 3 along with Troy D. We'll talk some more college basketball with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. He's up in Pennsylvania, follows Temple closely. Temple pulling off a big win last night in the American on the road at UCF. That'll be the matchup coming up this weekend, the Owls and the Pirates. So we'll get Jeff's early line projection on that game and talk more college basketball. We'll talk some baseball, too. Ryan Meadows, of course, the coach out of North Pitt County Post 39 coach, putting together another year of the Down East Baseball pitchers and catchers camp, and some big names going to be in Eastern North Carolina as instructors for that. We'll talk about all the details with Ryan Meadows coming up at 4 o'clock. Also, Mully will join us to talk about his Packers being the top team in the NFC. We'll talk Bama, Georgia. We'll talk Pirate Hoops and more with Mully in hour number 1. Full house today with Shirley Rhodes and CJ Schaefer in Studio B, a big dog appearance as well. And Chandler Honeycutt to my left inside the Pirate Radio studios. What's up, Chan, man?
What's up, Clipper?
How about them Pirates?
Man, we were hyping 213 last night, baby.
It was, we had a lot of, we had Malcolm Gray come by. He didn't say, could you be quiet, please? He said, could you get loud, please? Thank you.
Yeah, and he actually got loud with us.
He did.
Justin Bear was with us.
Yeah, nobody knows who that is.
Yeah.
I do. But other than that.
Well, bear with us.
Starting out early?
That was just in time.
Oh,
I can't stop. When I get started, I can't stop. We had a lot of fun last night.
Your dad was with us?
Clip Rock Jr. was there as well. So, man, a lot of fun last night in Minges Coliseum. Pirates win it 88-80 in overtime. How would this team come out after such a long layoff, playing a team that has been playing and that is 2-0 in conference play? Well, the Pirates came out hot and playing some good defense as well, great rebounding. The best passing I've seen from an East Carolina team in a long, long time. What was the stat at halftime? Like 16 assists on 17 made shots, I believe, for East Carolina in the first half. So they were, for a team that hadn't practiced together in a while, they sure looked like they were used to playing with one another. But to recap last night, you have to start with Tristan Newton and work your way down. Tristan Newton, out of nowhere, a monster second half and overtime. 4 points at the half, finishes the game with 32, 5 of 9 from deep, most of those coming late in the game in clutch situations, and he was the star last night. And it really came out of nowhere. Not that he hasn't had a lot of points before, but in the context of last night's game, his performance in the final, 3-4 minutes of regulation into overtime was phenomenal. It was one of the best individual performances we've seen at the end of a game for an East Carolina player in a long, long time.
I mean, when we say that it was the Tristan Newton show, we really mean it, because all 14 points that the Pirates scored in overtime was from number 2, Tristan Newton, including the 3 ball to tie the game to head into overtime against the Green Wave. So it was just unbelievable the way that Tristan Newton just basically went unconscious and said, hey, everybody get on my back and we're going to win this game. Pirates outscored the Green Wave 14-4 in overtime.
No, Tristan
Or,
Newton.
excuse me. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Shirley. What was the score?
Well, Tristan Newton outscored Tulane 14-4 in overtime.
So Pirates get it done last night thanks to Tristan Newton.
Tristan Newton, the ECU men's basketball Twitter put up a scoring log from Newton in OT. He made a three-pointer to tie the game at 76. He made 2 free throws to tie the game at 78. Made a jumper to give ECU the lead. Made another 2 to give ECU a 3-point lead. Then made a 3 to give ECU a 6-point lead, and then a couple more free throws. So he was the offense, and how many of those shots were contested? How many of those shots?
They were contested.
They were in his
Lord.
face.
Well, that 3-pointer that basically, I think, either tied the game.
At the end of regulation.
At the end of
tied the game.
No. The one where he threw it from basically the bathroom.
Yeah, well,
that was in overtime, I think, because the one that tied the game was on the opposite wing.
Yeah, the one that put the game away in overtime, I think he was sitting beside Eric Ward and Morgan Ehlers at the scorer's table and threw that.
Yeah, I was telling Chandler I was watching the game at home, and it was like 26 seconds left, and Tulane was up by 3, and I kept saying, I was like, this game's over. Game's over. That's because at that point, I think ECU was in the fouling situation, was trying to force free throws and that type of thing. So I was trying to, and I was like, this game's over. And then, especially after you had 2 for both teams, 2
Tulane
shots.
hit a couple of daggers.
Well, yeah, but you had shots that went in the rim and they came back out.
Well, Newton had one a fadeaway.
Yeah, the fadeaway is what I'm talking about. And then Tulane had a chance to win the game.
Hey, credit to Tulane for that play they ran at the end of regulation.
It was the Grant Hill play.
A perfect
Christian
pass.
Leitner. Yeah.
Thomas Hill to Grant Hill.
Excuse me.
Right?
No, it was
Christian
Grant.
Leitner.
No, it was Grant Hill to Christian Leitner.
I meant to Leitner, but was it okay? So
Grant Hill was
Thomas Hill was on the bench going,
"Oh my God!" Yes, that would be
You're
Thomas
right.
Hill.
Grant Hill to Leitner. So right at the free throw line, dude turns, shoots, rolls all the way around the rim. I don't know how it didn't go in.
It
As
sat at the top of the basket.
Jeff Charles told Tristan Newton in the post game during the interview, well, the Pirates must be living right for that shot to not fall. And Newton at the end of regulation, that 3, a lot of these shots were not like in rhythm or like off screens or even open. They were just, all right, we need a bucket. We need it now. Just put it up. And he just buried him.
I mean, it was some great ball movement, but they were moving it around. And then when Tristan got the ball, it was almost like for a half second or so, it looked like maybe he was thinking about, passing the ball. And then he just threw it up, and it was nothing but net. And I was like, holy cow, we just tied the ball game.
Johnny said Newton scored 25 of the Pirates' final 32 points, including the final 9.
That's just insane.
Stat to consider there. Other heroes from last night. How
about 11 assists from your guy, Brandon Suggs?
Well, stat sheet stuffer, Brandon Suggs. And I am a Brandon Suggs guy. As Redbeard pointed out last night, day 1. I was down from day 1. Brandon Suggs last night, 12 points, 11 assists, 6 rebounds, 3 turnovers. And probably maybe the worst play of the season, where he drove in on 4 guys, jumped, and then came down with the ball and traveled.
Make up for it.
But that's what you get when you're a Brandon Suggs guy. You take the good with the bad, and he stuffs stat sheets. He takes charges. I don't know how many charges he took last night. He was a great player. He had 2 steals as well. I said to Chandler and Justin during the game last night, if 3-point shooting, and really shooting in general, and turnovers were not a category, Brandon Suggs would be an All-American. Fact or fiction?
We not agree?
Don't even answer that. Fact. And are you a Brandon Suggs guy?
I've been...
yes or no? I know the answer.
Currently, yes.
No, that's not how it works. So last night, and I got to give you credit for this, Chandler, you didn't say I want to be a Brandon Suggs guy again. You said you wanted to get back on the Sugg boat.
I want to get back on the Sugg boat.
Sugg. The Sugg boat had pulled into port, and you wanted to jump back on. Now, as the president of the Brandon Suggs guy fan club, no. I'm not letting you back on because why'd you get off to start with?
Frustrations.
This is not a ride at Carowinds where you can jump on and then get off. You stay on the ride. The ride. Sug. And you hear that Sug boat slowly creeping by, and you're there.
I want to get on. Sug. Please stop.
The Sug boat sound effect might be my new favorite sound effect we have.
Sug.
It gets funnier every time you play it.
Put me on that Sug boat.
Now, you're not the only one that is a non-believer. There are others. There are real haters out there in the world, and I don't use that as like a this is a true hater. When they text you about a turnover that Brandon Suggs had during a game.
See, now I did not do that.
That was not you. That was somebody else. I don't want to call out their name, but I didn't receive a text for the 11 assists or the 6 rebounds or the 12 points or the charges he took. I got a text about a turnover that he had.
Fair weather idiot.
That is the definition of a hater. And for people like Stephen Igo to do that is outrageous. And I don't want to say who it was or when it happened, but I just want that person to know, Stephen Igo, that I will not stand for it.
Stephen Igloo.
And he'll never, ever get back on the Sug boat ever again.
Hey, Clip, why are you saying Stephen Igo? Is there a relation between that text you got and Stephen Igo?
I saw Stephen Igo last night at
Stephen
the game.
Igloo.
I don't know. Why'd you bring him up?
I don't know. I thought I heard you say it. Could have just been in my head.
No, I was talking about Brandon Suggs and Chandler, and I didn't say any other names.
Oh, so Chandler sent the text.
No, Chandler did not send the text.
I did not
I'm not going to say who sent the text.
I did not send the text.
But anyway,
I'm a dork.
Just some Suggs,
and this particular guy, like, for some reason, doesn't like to get up in hype situations in Minji's Coliseum. Even though I'm sitting there waving my arms, come on, let's go.
We had some great
Refuses to get on the Sug boat.
Sug.
Any opportunity we have to play the Sug boat.
Sug.
Chandler did whip that out during the game last night. And
whoa!
I'll say it again. Chandler whipped it out last night at the game.
Whoops!
And it gave me a chuckle. That's a true statement.
Mm-hmm.
No, you said you wanted to get on.
Can I get back on the Sug boat for naming the Sug boat? I mean, the guy that named the Titanic and made the Titanic, they let him on the boat.
You want to get on the Titanic?
No, I want to get on the Sug boat. Sug.
Sorry. I give you full credit for naming it, but you can't.
But I'm still going to
But you can't drive the Sug boat.
But I'm still going to watch it go by as it says.
Sug. You name it, I claim it.
Man, look at that Sug boat that I named and made.
Sug.
You're kicked off. You're just on there having a martini. Looking at me.
Me and looking
giving
at
me the bird.
I'm just giving the finger to all the haters on the shoreline.
Giving me the bird. I'm having a ball out here. You know, in the Titanic, they're all waving goodbye. You're just giving the bird.
Double birding everybody who's a non-believer out there.
I don't like cocky Cliff.
I'm not. Hey, this isn't about me. This is about Brandon Suggs and the Sug boat.
How about some believers in the other Brandon on the team with a good 14-10 last night?
I love me some Brandon Johnson, man.
Brandon Johnson in a game, by the way, if you are not well versed into what took place last night, this was without a lot of big men. Luigi DeBow, Alonzo Frink, and Marlon Leston, who we had been seeing get in action and grab a few rebounds, play some interior defense. So the Pirates were going to be forced to play small last night. You got Vance Jackson, who sometimes is allergic to going inside the three-point line, but he pulled down some rebounds last night. I think he had 6. But Brandon Johnson last night, 10 rebounds for him, 14 points. And the Pirates did a great job for how small they were last night as a team rebounding. Let's see what the numbers say. They had 35, and they out-rebounded Tulane 35-32, but a big reason for that was Brandon Johnson.
I mean, we've talked about how physical he is.
Physical.
Compared compete. He does. He loves to compete down there in the paint. But when we had Coach Jackson on before the season even started,
We didn't know who Brandon Johnson was. Really.
We were kind of throwing out the names that we know. Brandon Suggs. You're a Suggs guy.
You're not.
I am. Tristan Newton. Guy had a big night last night. And he said, hey, you got to watch this Brandon Johnson kid. And we were like, well, who's that? True freshman. And what we have seen from Brandon Johnson is just absolute physicality. He kind of reminds me, and I can't say this because I didn't watch him play. He's before my time. Dennis Rodman, the way he just dives on the floor.
Well,
he's fighting for every rebound. He's very physical. And he's a double machine.
Max effort guy.
Yeah. So, and he's Coach Jackson was saying that the guys he's one of those guys that kind of go hard in practice, and the guys are like, "Hey, dude, you don't have to do all that."
Yeah.
And it kind of transitions to the court for the Pirates, and like last night, grabbing 10 rebounds, and like you said, being down those big guys like Leston and DeBow, he was able to step up last night for the Pirates big time.
We look a lot at what Tristan did last night, but without what Brandon Johnson did last night, we probably don't win that game anyway. The small ball lineup was, well, you look at the energy that the Pirates came out with last night to start the game, which, what was it, 43 points in the first half?
Had a 15-point lead in the first half.
I feel like I can speak for everybody here when I say we didn't expect that, especially well, you have this long layoff.
I am documented on Twitter saying ECU first half money line. But I mean, look, that's neither here nor there.
Didn't you just tell me a couple days ago you weren't the man on fire anymore, and now you are again? What's going on here?
I don't know. No, to your point, nobody had East Carolina jumping out to that type of offensive explosion in the first half.
Yeah.
So I'll give you that. I did have East Carolina fading in the second half because, unfortunately, that's what we do every game.
Yeah.
But they were able to win it in overtime. Chandler, you brought up the worm, Dennis Rodman. I was going to use Dennis Rodman as a comparison on the show today for another player.
Who's that?
Dennis Rodman.
Tay Mosher.
Oh.
Tay Mosher, who
came in
last night
for, had 2 minutes and had his hand on every ball in the arena. Pause.
Play.
Is that what they say? Tip balls, rebound, had an assist. Joe Dooley actually gave him credit after the game, Shirley. Let's hear number 6. Credit, look, when Mosher came in the first time this year, we remember it. Mm-hmm. Couldn't get the ball off the court, couldn't get the ball out of his hands. It was a struggle. Came in last night in, key minutes in the first half and was able to give some of the Pirate players a rest and provide some energy. And again, got in the stat sheet. Rebound, assist, had another ball that he tipped that turned into an offensive rebound for East Carolina. And Joe Dooley gave him credit after the game. This is cut 6.
There's a guy that's been sitting over there all season, and we throw him in there, rebounds, he's out there fighting, and just as important, he bought us some time, and he helped us win the game because he contributed. I mean, he went out there, he did his job. I think for these young guys, sometimes they have to learn it, whether it's 2 months or 4 months, do your job, and then they get confidence from the coaches also. And he got himself some confidence. Guys are happy that he did well. So, boys, we got him in around the TV timeout. He got in, got a couple minutes out there, he helped. It was a good performance by him.
That's what you like to see, just guys getting in there and doing their part and helping the team win. Everybody, look, Tremont Robinson-White had an offensive night to forget. He was 1 of 3 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3, had a bad turnover, but he had 4 assists. He had 1 rebound, but how many? He had credited with 1 steal. I swear he had his hand on several tip balls last night. So, everybody factored into that victory last night. Tristan Newton, star of the night, no doubt, for the 32. But everybody kind of did their part, and ECU needed everybody to get that win last night.
Absolutely. And J.J. Miles, who is one of the best three-point shooters on this team.
And even talked about his play.
Hasn't even talked about him. Only 1 for 4 from beyond the arc last night. He was 4 for 8 from the field, though. But, man, what about the hammer from J.J. Miles? And me and Clip in Section 213, it was like we were courtside at the slam dunk contest. Like,
It was awesome. He cocked it back on a breakaway and just yammed it. And
on his head.
It was one of those where you're like wondering if you believe what you just saw. Like, I didn't know he could do that, and he certainly did it.
I don't know if the crowd in Minji's was reacting to the dunk or reacting to, oh my God, J.J. Miles just did that?
It was.
It just came out of nowhere.
It was nasty. Brandon Johnson had a nice long stroll down the lane for a nice slam too, where he took about 2 steps from the 3-point line and threw it down. So, I mean, highlights. Clutch shots. It was entertainment. If you like entertainment, head out to Minji's Coliseum.
There you go.
I mean, just looking at the standings right now in the American, of course, the Final Four appearance team, Houston atop the conference, 2-0 in the conference, 13-2 overall. SMU 2-0, 11-3 overall. Behind them at third place, your East Carolina Pirates 1-0, 10-3 in the conference. Or excuse me, 10-3 overall. So
now here's
stats to consider.
Here's where we are, though. Now it is January 6th, coming up this weekend. It's a Saturday game, right? Or Saturday.
Saturday afternoon.
Saturday afternoon in Philadelphia, PA, against Temple. This will be East Carolina's first true road game of the year. They have won 1 game away from Minji's Coliseum. It was against Old Dominion down in Myrtle Beach. Outside of that, they have lost 3 games away from Minji's, but those games were neutral site games. This will be the first true road game. I guess the good news is, and maybe Temple will get some support after their big win last night against UCF, but kind of a dead, sleepy environment up there in Temple. At least it was for their last home game, and that was against top 10 Houston or top 15 Houston. So I don't think there's going to be necessarily a big crowd, booing and jeering the Pirates on Saturday, but it'll still be the first true road game for ECU.
We were just talking about J.J. Miles and his awesome dunk last night. Jenny, who was baseline taking some awesome pictures last night, just sent me this picture.
Shout out to Jenny.
And what a picture that is. An absolute poster.
He's doing like the Jordan jump man.
Absolutely.
About to go up and yam it. That was fun. All right. Last night, you had to count on, you were undermanned, so a lot of guys played a lot of minutes. Vance Jackson, shout out to him, 41 minutes last night. Brandon Suggs not only led the team. Thank you. I almost forgot about that somehow. Led the team in assists, 6 rebounds. Led the team in minutes as well with 43. Tristan Newton had 40. It was a funny moment after the game. What's wrong with you?
I'm jealous.
Well, it's your own fault.
I'm
that.
jealous. I'm just sitting here on the port waiting for the Sug boat to come by.
You did this to yourself. You realize that.
Getting a sunburn by now, Chandler.
Hold on. I think I got some sunscreen for you.
Was that supposed to be funny?
Yes.
Hope the camera didn't get that.
Funny moment after the game, Shirley. This is Brandon Suggs, too. Reporter asking about playing for 40 minutes. You'll hear Brandon Suggs talk first and then Tristan Newton. They had very different answers to this question. Here you go.
How'd you guys feel both of you played 43 minutes tonight?
I felt, go ahead. That first 5 minutes, I was like, finna die. And then I almost caught a cramp when I took that charge. My leg cramped up, so I just had to sit there and breathe, and it went away. So it was good after that. I felt fine.
So Brandon Suggs took him a while to get the conditioning right. Tristan Newton, I felt fine.
Of course, he felt fine.
He was on fine in overtime.
he was
unconscious.
He was ready to play.
Well, typically people who are unconscious don't feel fine, Chandler. It's not really how that works.
You can't feel anything at all if you're unconscious.
That's not feeling fine.
You can't feel anything at all.
I'm not going to argue about unconsciousness.
Wow, really taking him to task there. I like that. Tristan Newton wanted to play 5 more or 10 more minutes and score 60 points last night in Minji's Coliseum. All right, a lot more on this game. We've got a lot of Joe Dooley, some more Newton and Suggs comments, and we'll fit those in at some point during today's program. All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll see if we can track down Mully. We'll talk more hoops. We'll talk some football and a whole lot more when we return on a Victory Thursday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Back after this.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar. Join us at the Rick House for mouth-watering steaks and made-from-scratch pastas. Check out the 16-ounce cowboy steak and our seafood delight pasta. The Rick House is open for lunch daily from 11 to 2, Monday through Friday. Take a break from your workday with lunch at the Rick House. Join us for our legendary brunch on Sundays from 10 to 2. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
This is Stephen Igo. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on hoistthecolors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware Building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsey Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
You know texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
It's bow time. We think a chicken sandwich this good should speak for itself. But when you're talking juicy, hand-breaded, and boldly seasoned chicken breasts, piled up with thick-cut pickles and creamy mayo all on a buttery toasted bun, well, we are happy to say it again and again and again. Bo's Chicken Sandwich, only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show. Hosts Mark Greenhelves and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're gonna love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
This is assistant football coach Drew Dudzik, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's for the best Mexican food and fun in Greenville. Come and enjoy favorites like shrimp tacos, steak and chicken fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, ACP, and more. Also follow Chico's on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's for dine-in or to-go. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Barat.
All right, back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Victory Thursday. East Carolina 1-0 in conference play, 1-0 in 2022. Also undefeated at home this season.
The stats to consider.
Can they win on the road? We'll find out for the first time coming up Saturday when they take on the Temple Owls. Let's welcome in to the program right now. Might talk a little hoops, some football, and more. Mike Mullis joins us. Mully, Happy New Year. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Did you watch the Pirates at all last night?
I did not get the chance. Understand, played pretty well.
You missed a hell of a show from Tristan Newton, 32 points in the victory over Tulane. And speaking of that, Mully, you're still in football mode when it comes to sports watching. How much college basketball have you watched so far this season?
Very little, but just kind of in spurts. And I'm going to tell you, man, I'm probably less engaged with it than I've maybe ever been. And part of it is, I'll be honest with you, with the transfer portal and all the things that are just kind of putting a bad taste in my mouth as it relates to college athletics as a whole. And I'll watch a game and I don't know a single name on either team in an ACC game. And I'm like, man, that's or with an ACC team playing. It's been years since I didn't know anybody on these teams. But as football winds down and there's, we're kind of trending towards spring training, I'll watch a little more basketball just to kind of feed the hunger there.
I totally get that. You're not alone in that. I kind of join you in that in some regard, where I'm still watching the games, but I've just kind of put into my brain now that all this is year to year, and the guys that are playing this year, and that doesn't mean they're going to be in the same spot next year. But I am completely with you, Mully, and there are others out there who are agreeing that it was a lot more easy to get into and probably more fun when you knew the starting five, you knew a couple of bench guys, you knew the head coaches for all these teams, and now you're right. It's I couldn't name players for these other teams. Right now I know East Carolina, and that's about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and it's learning a new crowd here as well, but it's just I don't know, man. We kind of belabor the point, but it's the most interesting time for good or for bad that I've ever experienced in college athletics, and I mean, losing the term of what feels like college athletics feels like it's inevitable. So I don't know, man. It's just a kind of a weird deal. You kind of just I don't know. The fandom isn't what it once was. I think you could almost pick a team that you like this year and have a great excuse for picking another team next year based off of where your favorite player may end up.
There was a trend on that, and I don't feel like it was such a thing, but in the 2000s, especially with LeBron, and there would just be LeBron fans. I know there was just like Kobe fans, but he was with the Lakers his entire career, so I guess you were a Lakers fan. But like, people would go from Cleveland to Miami to LA depending on who LeBron played for, and I was like, what kind of fandom is this? And now that is becoming more and more popular, and will probably be more and more popular as the years go along.
No, look, man, I think the most glaring and interesting example to me in all of college athletics is the Caleb Williams saga, and where is he going to land? And I don't know if he's announced something today. I hadn't paid attention to any social media, but Caleb Williams, are we going to see a guy that's going to, how many places is he going to play? And obviously he's always going to be marketable. And quite frankly, if he's got somebody advising him from a business standpoint as it relates to NIL opportunities, just imagine what a young man like that would garner on the free agency that is now the transfer portal. So all this stuff is, again.
Do you remember Charlie Batch, Mully? He was like a professional backup quarterback for his career, and he'd come in and play pretty good. Do you remember that name?
Mm-hmm. Played for the Steelers. And,
yep.
I want to say
Lions.
He not play. Yeah, but he played college at Florida State, didn't he?
No, in fact, I don't think so, because he is touting. This is why I brought him up. I saw this tweet last night. He sent a tweet. He said, "Hey, Caleb Williams, have you considered Eastern Michigan football? If not, you should. Game Above Capital is prepared to pay you $1 million for 1 year. Are you ready to be an Eagle?
See,
is this legit? Like, is this how it works now?
Man, that is the epitome
of course,
agency.
Of course, this stuff used to go on behind closed doors, right? So now it's just out in the open.
Did it ever go on for $1 million though?
Maybe not. Maybe 500,000. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know either. But I mean,
there was college kids making bank driving cool cars. We know that.
Yeah, but that's my point. Is that the Caleb Williams thing? I mean, he is as marketable as any athlete in free agency in any sport at any level right now.
And he's a sophomore in college, right?
Correct.
Yeah. And how about, you mentioned Williams. Well, a spot opens up at Oklahoma. I'm going to talk about a guy playing at a lot of schools. Dylan Gabriel moving from UCF he commits to UCLA. Caleb Williams out the door, and all of a sudden Dylan Gabriel saying Boomer Sooner. He's going to go join his old offensive coordinator there in Oklahoma. It is free agency. I heard somebody say on a show I was watching, Pick Central, they said the NBA has the best offseason. I've said, depending on how the Hornets play, sometimes the NBA offseason is way more fun to follow than the season itself, than the actual basketball. They said that now, and you're going to hate this, Mully, but they said college football now has the second most entertaining, maybe first most entertaining offseason in sports for all the wrong reasons, and it's because of what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, look, and I've said it before, and I think this is where we're going, where you're going to see the 25 or 30 teams that so desire, if there's even that many that can do it, more or less secede from the NCAA, let them have a pro league, let it just happen, and then let's the rest of us get back to playing college athletics. And I mean, let's return to, I mean, at least, you know what, this is crazy, but if we return to the purity of the origin of what college athletics is supposed to be about, that would be a novelty now.
Yep.
That would be a whole new idea. So let those other teams do what they're already doing. Let them just, just make it free agency. Let them go handle it and don't worry about it. Or start a pro league for guys from age 18 to 21 that's a precursor to the NFL and pay them. I mean, if a kid's good enough to go pro out of high school, let them go.
I heard a comment, too, that, maybe some changes were overdue when it came to the players and all that. But we have seen like 10, 15 years worth of changes in a year or two. Like it kind of it hit the NIL, and then it just completely went to 11 immediately. We didn't really ease our way into this thing. It went from nothing to everything.
Clip, I think a lot of it is the effect of COVID, and I don't mean the people having COVID, contracting COVID, but just the void that was created in a lot of people's lives for a period of time, and it's almost like the machine stopped long enough for people to look at it and go, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's amazing. I mean, it truly is. The world of athletics, and this is obviously a little redundant and kind of a no kidding, but it will never be the same. It is. I mean, the toothpaste is out of the tube. It'll never be the same.
Well, speaking of professional football, maybe the most entertaining game and best played game this weekend will be the championship game between Alabama and Georgia coming up on Monday. And Mully, shout out to Mike Mullis, 2-0 in his 40 bowls in 14 days pick. Spotless record there, Mully. So shout out to you. So who else would I ask? Who's going to win on Monday night, Mully?
Man, look, I love Alabama. How do you bet against Alabama? I mean,
plus the points too. Yeah.
Oh my God, I cannot believe Alabama is an underdog in a national championship game. It absolutely baffles me. But what are they still at 2.5 or something? That's just
3.
And I like them, and I like the under.
Okay. I like it. Mike Mullis throwing out some picks here.
50. Yeah, last thing, I think it was 52.5. I like the under.
It went over last time, but you would think with these teams seeing each other, it's going to be a more quote-unquote normal game, the way Georgia plays and Bama plays.
No, I think Alabama will squash their offense, and I just think I like the under.
Mully, has your son signed an NIL deal? I understand that he is Greenville's Randy Moss now that he got some new gloves.
Oh,
Mully said he got his kid some receiver gloves, and the way you described it, Mully, it sounded like a Marvel movie. Like he got bit by a spider, and all of a sudden he had these new skills. You said he won't drop in anything when he put them gloves on.
No, look, man, the gloves are they're legal steroids. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing the difference. And and look, I love my son, and he's a very athletic and fairly talented young man. But he went from a 12-year-old that would catch 6 or 7 of 10 to a dude that's like catching 100 balls in a row, one-handed. What's funny though, he'll still break out OBJ. He'll still break out a one-hander, and he'll call it an OBJ or whatever.
As long as you don't do any Antonio Browns out there, you'll be all right.
No, and if he does, it'll be the death of me.
You know what, too, Mully? It's Deion Sanders had to look good, feel good, play good. It probably helps with the catching, but could be a little confidence booster too.
Well, and it may be a confidence booster, but I can guarantee you it's a grip booster. They are. It's fun. You know what? It's fun to watch them have some success. And there's no need to be old school and go, oh, no, go without gloves. You can't even cite a guy in the NFL or college that has a chance to catch the football that's not wearing gloves. I can't think of a one.
Remember, I think I'm right on this. Remember Webster Slaughter, the Browns receiver? I think he used to go no gloves out there. That was way deep in the brain.
But these gloves were, the gloves, even when I played, we had Newmans.
Yeah.
They were a little bit tacky. They were really tacky when you took them out of the package, but you didn't have much feel with them. They were kind of like wearing a pair of like work gloves. But these gloves are skin tight. I'm telling you, man, they are legit. I mean, I mean, I wish I had an endorsement deal or something.
I know. It sounds like we're doing an ad right now, but really, if your kid is a 5 out of 10 guy catching the ball, grab them some receiver gloves and watch the production rise.
Yeah. Ones were grip boosters, which I think if my son has told me correctly, they are either made by a company that Tyreek Hill owns, or maybe Tyreek Hill's the endorser of these gloves, whatever. But these are the quote unquote Tyreek Hill gloves.
Okay, it hadn't made him as fast as Tyreek Hill, I'm assuming.
No. If we figure that one out now.
Yeah, watch out. Mike Mullis joining us. Mully, Aaron Rodgers, and look, this is not a bash Aaron Rodgers deal, because this is not something he brought up or created. This was an MVP voter saying Aaron Rodgers is a jerk and I'm not going to vote for him. And then Aaron Rodgers is asked to respond to that. So this is not Rodgers' own doing, but he says, well, that guy's an idiot, whatever. I think he said he doesn't like that I'm unvaccinated, So, and it kind of goes back to all the voting. And I think about baseball. It seems like every year we have the Baseball Hall of Fame discussion, and who voted for McGuire, Sosa, Bonds, those guys, who left them off. I don't know. The whole voting thing is weird to me anyway. But I guess my question to you is, what do you think about a guy who is involved in this awards voting, MVP voting, that says, I'm not even going to look at the numbers, the wins, losses, the touchdowns, interceptions. I just don't like this dude, so I'm not going to vote for him.
Yeah, he should lose his vote.
It's pretty petty, right? I mean...
Yeah, I don't mean for this year. I mean for, like, how was he even allowed to have a vote with that mentality? Look, I mean, what Aaron Rodgers has done on the field is undeniable. And, I don't know anybody that's been more valuable to their team than Aaron Rodgers. I mean, that was made apparent when we had to watch Jordan Love in there. So I don't, I did not fault. And look, even as kind of whatever the distaste I've had for Aaron Rodgers, some of his comments this year in his annex, but even I'm like, yeah, I mean, he's the MVP. I mean, I just don't see where there's even a potential for disagreement there.
Mully, I ask this question every week because the answer can change every single week. And last week we saw the Cardinals. Kyler Murray does not lose at Jerry World, 8-0 now, high school, college, NFL, and he might have to go back there for round one of the playoffs. Who's the biggest challenge, because it goes through Lambeau? Not that we haven't seen this before, Mully, you're well aware of that, but who's the biggest challenge to Green Bay getting in the Super Bowl? Your candidates are Dallas, the Bucks, and everything they have going on right now, the Rams, or the Cardinals. Like, who are you most nervous about out of those teams?
I mean, I just think the Rams are playing really well. I mean, they're playing good football.
5 in a row.
Yeah, and it's not. I mean, they're playing good. You know what I mean? It's not they're not limping, and it's not a Cincinnati 5-0. It's like they're really good. So I mean, I got to give them the nod.
Do we? Aaron Rodgers, I guess, the MVP, but like Cooper Kupp he's got over 1,800 receiving yards. At what point do we start to look at him and say just the numbers he's put up should give him? He's got 138 catches. That's 35 more than second place. His 1,829 is over 300 more yards than anybody in the NFL. Why don't we give him the award?
No, buddy, I could not agree with you more.
It's just not a receiver. It's a quarterback award, basically, right?
That's right. That's right. And, the argument can be made that somebody's got to get him the ball. It's harder to be the person that has to get the ball to the guy to be the MVP than it is
to catch
the ball. Yeah, than to be the receiver. So there's nobody that's more fun to watch to me than he is.
He is always open too. I mean, he's made some contested catches and everything, but you talk about a guy that just knows where to go. It seems like he's always running free and then can do some stuff after the catch. He's fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean and I don't even know where you would find a comparison like to go. Oh, he's just like
right.
So, I mean, he's kind of he's kind of his own beast and has created his own genre of how to play, play the position. I do, man. I thoroughly enjoy watching him and that whole team. I mean, they're good. I mean, they're legitimately good.
Mike Mullis joining us. Mully, it's kind of a light time for golf. Anything we need to know about? Looks like they're playing today in Hawaii, I believe. You following the PGA Tour, or does that come later in the calendar year?
No. They're cranking up. It's the first tournament. You'll have some big names in this. Everybody in this is a winner. From the previous year, it's a no-cut event.
Oh, okay. I was wondering why I recognized all these names. So it's a smaller field, but a good field.
Yeah. So it's one of those things, and I mean, I've heard it discussed. Some of these guys are out there taking it very, very seriously. Some of them have their families with them. They're kind of treating it like they're on vacation. Some of them are just kind of trying to knock the rust off their game. So I mean, but it's it's a great event. I love watching it. It's a beautiful place. I mean, obviously, kind of goes without saying, but it is just it's a beautiful golf course, and and here we go again. It won't be long. We get through January, and then we'll start seeing the advertisements for the Masters. And
oh yeah, I've already seen them. I already saw them this weekend.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah,
missed them, but I don't doubt it.
Coming up at 4:00, Mully, we'll talk to Ryan Meadows. Got the Down East Baseball pitching and catching camp, and that reminds me of a local name that is in the news again that we've talked about. And Pirate Radio linked this story from SI.com. Clayton McCullough back in the news, the first base coach for the Dodgers, and there's a story about him potentially going to the Mets. Now, his name had been discussed about a managerial spot there. Buck Showalter is the manager, but there's a quote in the article, Mully, that says, by adding McCullough, who turned heads in his first introduction with Mets brass. The team would essentially be putting a potential managerial successor to Showalter in place. So if you wonder why McCullough would go from the Dodgers to be a bench coach there with the New York Mets, maybe that's why he would make that decision. I guess some speculation here, but again, great to see his name in the headlines.
Yeah, man, and I mean, I've never met a better, more genuine guy in the game than Clayton, and you know that it didn't come by accident. His parents are awesome folks, and obviously, you know, Clayton grew up around it with his dad having the unbelievable career he's had in professional baseball. But I mean, that's the opportunity. You know, at first you're like, God, don't do the Mets, man. Is that suicide? But you got to feel like, you know, Showalter would be a pretty good guy to learn from. Obviously, he's I think if Buck Showalter calls somebody or endorses you to anybody in professional baseball, I think it's probably about as high a praise as you can get. So, and obviously, no question that Clayton would do his job at the highest level. So, I mean, really cool to see. I think either way, the inevitability is that Clayton's going to end up being a manager in the big leagues, probably in relatively short order, and will most likely have a great career as he has all along. I mean, why would you expect anything different? So, really cool deal there for him, and really excited for, like I said, one of the greatest dudes that you'll ever meet in or out of baseball.
Mully, enjoyed the chat. Have a great weekend, man. We will catch up with you again next week.
Sounds great, buddy.
Have a good one. There he is, Mike Mullis, joining us today on the Pirate Radio Live line. Let's take a time out. We'll come back. Get ready to wrap up hour number one. Ryan Meadows is going to join us in the Pirate Radio studios coming up at 4 o'clock. More to go on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Woo! Papa John's just took their fresh, never frozen dough and hand stretched it New York style. So you can fold it or not. Hang on, I fold it. Get a New York style pizza from Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, the new Papa John's New York style pizza is a MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
In a world of fake profiles, fake tans, and fake flavors, naturally flavored Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer strives for realness. It's USDA certified organic, with no sugar or carbs, and only 80 calories. So the only thing touching your taste buds is organic, refreshing, and delicious. Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, as real as it tastes. Enjoy responsibly. Not a low-calorie food. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, IRC Beer, St. Louis, Missouri 63118.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit QualityEquip.com.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
Hey Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary? That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
Grow Rug 26 is coming to Greenville March 25th through the 27th. This is DJ Fossil from F3 ENC, inviting all men to sign up now for this leadership training event. The Grow Rug training events are designed to help men become high-impact men by reinforcing the F3 mission of invigoration of male community leadership. To register or to learn more, please visit f3enc.com. That's F3ENC.com. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you've got to get started if you want to be great.
If you wake up in the morning with a backache, feeling more tired than you did when you went to bed, you probably need a new mattress. And the best place to get that mattress is Factory Mattress. Hi, I'm Kirk Smith, General Manager. For more than 40 years, Factory Mattress has been Greenville and Wilson's local mattress dealer. We guarantee the lowest price on the area's best selection with over 50 models to choose from. No seconds or overruns. Factory Mattress offers only first quality direct from the manufacturer. Sealy Posturepedic, Beauty Rest, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. The most highly trained sales associates with over 60 years of combined experience. Same as cash financing with zero interest up to 48 months and free local delivery. Face it, to have a good day, you've got to have a good night. So sleep better knowing you saved money at Factory Mattress, locally owned on Greenville Boulevard in Greenville, on Forest Hills Road in Wilson, on the web at factorymattressusa.com, and a proud member of Pirates Supporting Pirates.
This is Marcus Crandall, former ECU Pirate and Grey Cup champion, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. University PC Care has been Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. University PC Care is the local tech support experts for any of your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit them at universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Rock.
Alrighty, back with you here inside the Pirate Radio studios, wrapping up Hour 1. Coming up at 4 o'clock, Ryan Meadows will talk about the 2022 Down East Pitcher and Catcher Camp coming up later on this month. You still have time to sign up. We'll give you all the details. But Ryan did ask, and we have a couple minutes here during the break, about how my fantasy seasons went, and not good. I'm in 2 leagues, made the playoffs in 1, was quickly ousted, and then in the league I run, I seem to never make the playoffs, the Sports Bar League. Congratulations to Jake, who won that one. So let's go around the horn real quick. Chandler, fantasy. You started like 0-7 or whatever, so I'm assuming you didn't make the playoffs.
I finished with like 4 wins.
All right.
Missed the playoffs.
Not. So you did an anti-Panthers.
Yeah.
Started
off slow and then finished strong.
All right, CJ, get in here. How'd you tell us about your fantasy story this year? What'd you do?
Had Derrick Henry in a lot of my leagues, so yeah, I'll let y'all come to that conclusion. It wasn't good.
It's about your draft, but more so than that, it's about luck. It's about who you can sign and also health. And if you lose to Derrick Henry, I had Alvin Kamara in the league that I struggled in, and he missed a lot of a key part of the season. So, Ryan, how'd you do this year, Ryan Meadows?
2 semifinal appearances.
Okay, not bad.
Second in the league, got the 2 seed, very promising, and then I ran into the Dallas defense in both leagues. That one, 100-point week they had a couple weeks ago, they just went off.
I don't recall who that game was against. Who did Dallas play that? Oh, yeah, that was the Washington football team, because I got texts from other people who were in the semifinals, and a guy sent me a text and said, hey, I'm playing against Dak Prescott, and he is absolutely killing your Washington football team. And then you're on the flip side of that. You're up against Dallas's defense, who is scoring touchdowns, and just a bad night for me and for a lot of fantasy players. So there you go. Another fantasy season in the books. Hoping to play some fantasy baseball, but I don't know if there's going to be a league to actually have points and stats. So that's a bit concerning. Where are we at with that, Ryan?
They have fantasy college baseball?
Yeah, that would be cool.
That'd be awesome.
I'm going to get Wisenhunt and Moylan and win some games. Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
We'll figure something out. College baseball will be a go, and we'll be talking more about that as we get closer to it. As Shirley said yesterday, Carson Wisenhunt was on the Perfect Game preseason All-America team, correct?
That is correct.
So looking forward to another year of Wiz on the mound. Likely your Friday starter for ECU, I would assume.
You would think so.
Yeah, I would think so.
Heading into the year. So
I hope not. I hope we got two guys better that we don't know about.
That would be pretty awesome. Yeah, we're gonna.
That would even be better.
Have him on Sunday?
We're gonna bump Wiz to
Oh,
Sunday
man.
for these other guys. Good point. Ryan, we'll get into baseball with you. Of course, the head coach out at North Pitt. We'll see what's up. I'm planning on some Legion Ball 2022.
God willing, I hope so.
A good deal.
Can't plan too far out now, but
true.
We're planning on it.
And we will also talk about the Down East Pitcher and Catcher Camp coming up January 29th and 30th. We'll have all the details with Ryan Meadows when we return. Kickoff hour number 2 of Pirate Radio Live. We will be back with you after this.
Hey Pirate fans, did you know there are thousands of special needs children and adults right here in our community that loves ECU athletics as much as you do? Robbie's Clubhouse is a local nonprofit organization that can turn your unused ECU tickets into a fun day for a family with special needs. If you can't make it to the next Pirate game, simply call 1-800-DIAL-ECU and donate and designate your tickets for Robbie's Clubhouse. Go Pirates!
Burgers, wings, hand-cut, hand-breaded chicken tenders, fresh salads, and cold beer is the starting lineup at Tiebreakers and has been keeping customers happy for 20 years. Tiebreakers' family atmosphere is the perfect place to come watch your favorite team play while enjoying a great lunch or dinner. In a hurry or looking for catering options? Get Tiebreakers to go. That now includes the new curbside pickup by ordering online at tiebreakersnc.com. Tiebreakers.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,000 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, or go directly to our job postings at bit.ly/PCS employment. That's bit.ly/PCS employment. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student and every staff member every single day.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, are you ready for some Warren's hot dogs? Warren's Original Hot and Judy's Mild Sweet Chili Hot Dogs have been the official hot dog of sports fans for over 30 years. Pick up a tailgate special this football season of 10 or more hot dogs for only $1.50 each. Warren's in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the new Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware Building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. UBE has been an ECU tradition for over 50 years. You can shop online anytime at pirateware.com. UBE has the biggest and best selection of ECU sportswear and accessories for pirates of all ages. Every day is game day at UBE. And as we head back into the show clip, a little piece of news. Congratulations to Harold Varner III, who won the first ever Tito's Shorties Classic. He did a little showboating and holed a putt with one hand, and he finished with 18 points and earned $180,000 for his charity, the HV3 Foundation. So congratulations to Harold.
I was going to ask, did he win like a lot of vodka or took home some money for a charity?
Yeah, for charity.
That's better, yeah. Congrats to HV3, not playing on the tour this week, as we just learned from Mike Mullis. This is a winner's event from last year, and Harold has done everything but win. He is right on the cusp, looking for his first PGA Tour win. Hopefully that comes in 2022. That'll be fun to follow this year. All right, joining us once again inside the Pirate Radio studios is Ryan Meadows. Ryan, you're an athlete. Do you pick up the golf clubs? You a golfer at all?
I used to a lot before I had children.
Okay.
And I've tried to get them into it, for the dad excuse to kind of get out there, and they just never really got into it.
All right, there you go. I'm going to use that excuse, too. Yeah, I could have been good, but, my 12-year-old.
Yeah, I love it. I just wish my kids loved it more to get me out there more.
All right, you are a baseball guy, and the 2022 Down East Pitcher and Catcher Camp is coming up on January 29th. And 30th, and let's get all the who, what, when, where, why out first. Ryan, tell us about this camp.
Yeah, sure. It's our third annual Down East Pitcher Catcher Camp. It is January 29th and 30th, 2022. It's for grades 3 through 12, so there's certainly a lot of different skill levels and variations of stuff we're going to do. It's at North Pitt High School. You can register online. It's a turnkey process. Register and pay for the camp at downeastbaseball.org. Again, it's 29th and 30th. The cost is $125. If you register before January 14th, we'll include a free camp T-shirt, and that also includes lunch for all campers on Saturday.
And a lot of big names here, which there always is with these Down East camps that you put on. And we talked to you at the end of 2021 with the hitting camp. Hopefully that was another success
for you.
Great
success, yes, sir.
And looking forward to a big one coming up with the pitcher and catcher camp. And your lead instructors include a professional catcher and coach, Jake Lowry. And for the pitcher side of things, Sean Armstrong, former Pirate. And we've had Sean on the show before. And my favorite, odd Sean Armstrong story was he was involved in a battery coming up with Justin Hardy, where Hardy was his catcher and he was the pitcher. We love to hear that story from Sean Armstrong, Eastern North Carolina guy. But Sean Armstrong now, who did he last pitch with in the pros? Do you remember, Ron? He's been around.
He was with the Orioles this year. And Rays, I believe. I believe he got traded mid-year.
Yeah, so he's a guy that's been around a long time. You get great instruction from that, and all the area coaches as well. We'll go through some of the list, but great that you can bring these big names, and kids are hearing, from the best that have made it to the highest levels.
Sure. The first 2 years we had Sam Nairn obviously East Carolina Hall of Famer and a double-A pitching coach, and then Sam got promoted this year, and now he is actually in charge of developing pitchers in the entire national organization. So Sam had to respectfully decline this year strictly because at the time they were going to have a big camp for the Nationals down in Florida with all their pitchers coming in. I'm not sure if that's still on or not, but he had to leave his schedule open. So he wants to get back. He's definitely staying involved, and we're still in touch with him. But we thought about Sean and reached out to him, and have got some good relationships there. And there's not a better guy to bring in than a former, but hopefully still current big leaguer once all the doors open back up.
And you said grades 3 through 12, so there'll be different instructions you're going on. What's a third grader going to be doing compared to a 12th grader? It's not just one thing for everybody. Everybody's going to have their individual.
Yeah, well, the good thing is they're going to be broken up into age levels, and our staff obviously, is so good at differentiating the levels of instruction. I mean, they might just for example with a breaking ball station. When the age appropriate kid gets there, they may talk about different variations of breaking balls and such. Well, when a kid that in our opinion might not need to throw a breaking ball at this stage in their life, we might just talk about different grips that they can get a little bit different movement on a two-seam fastball or something that might sink a little bit more or that kind of topic. So it's definitely going to be age appropriate. I think the biggest misconception is, well, I might not want to go to the pitching camp because I'm not that in shape and I'm not going to throw for a day and a half. It's not that much throwing. It's a lot of learning. We will get every kid on the mound and we're going to video them. And then they, much like the hitting camp on Sunday, they get to go in a classroom with a college or a pro guy, and they'll break down their mechanics and they'll break down their wind up and their stretch and all the different things that they're going to need to do to clean it up a little bit and get better to prepare for the season. But it's not 8 hours of throwing. It's a lot of listening. It's a lot of drill work. It's a lot of, like we said, different variations of different drills and very age appropriate. And the kids get a lot out of it. They'll learn more in 2 days than most situations in 2 weeks or 2 months.
That's awesome. The 2022 Down East Pitcher and Catcher Camp coming up on the 29th and 30th. And again, you can register at downeastbaseball.org. And Ryan, what are those cutoff dates people need to know about again as far as registering?
Yeah, if you want a camp t-shirt, we're going to need you signed up so we can make the order by January 14th.
So that'll be next Friday?
I believe so.
Yeah.
And then the hard deadline for camp is going to be January 25th to give us a few days to get all logistics lined up. So I'm hoping a lot of people will sign up between now and then.
Ryan, how much, as a coach, and I say this to you every time you're in here, you still look like a young guy, but you've been coaching forever. How many years?
This is year 20 at North Pitt and 21 overall. I did half a year at Conley before I moved over to North Pitt.
That's crazy. How much, and I don't know, have you evolved when it comes to, you're talking about throwing curveballs, and I think back to Little League where there was always like one or two guys in the league that would just throw curveballs every pitch because we're not used to seeing it.
Sure.
And you didn't think about it at the time, but now you're like, what's their arm like these days?
Yeah.
So how much of the safety aspect comes into it with winning games when you're a coach like this? Now we're talking about high school kids in your case. So how do you handle that?
Well, if you're talking about personally the evolution for me, I mean, it really starts whenever you have your own children. You start looking at your players way more, like somebody else's child or your child more than a player. And I guess the golden rule that I've had the past, 8 or 9 years is, I'm not going to teach something to a kid that I wouldn't teach my own kid at that age.
Right.
So, I wouldn't personally teach a kid a breaking ball. I like the golden rule that I grew up with, and as you alluded to, it wasn't really adhered to a lot, but don't throw a breaking ball before you shave.
Okay. It's a nice lesson there.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're really far behind maturity wise, then start throwing them. But
Chandler, maybe next week you can start throwing one.
Right. No, I think by the time you get on a big field and maybe, you know, a really mature, you've got to know your kid, like maybe a really mature 12-year-old start spinning balls. But if you're playing the whole spin to win game, you know, we're going to throw 100 pitches and 85 are going to be breaking balls because you can't hit it and haven't learned how to yet. That puts kids in a really bad position. So, yeah, I mean, it's just so different than even 10 years ago with the different types of arm care guys do and the arm strengthening stuff. And used to, you wouldn't see anybody even throw in the off season. And now you see them with the plyo balls and trying to put holes in the wall, you know, throw through brick walls. And Sean is huge into that stuff.
He's taught about it,
yeah, and he's actually got his own like line out, the Armstrong brand of
great fit.
Yeah, man, it was like meant to be. The Armstrong brand of arm care and the plyo balls and the bands. And so again, you've got to know where you're at. But I can promise you at this camp we won't have anybody that we don't feel good about, you know, spinning any balls or breaking balls. Now we may show you how, but that doesn't mean you're going to throw 100 of them.
And I'm glad you brought that up. That reminds me, last time we talked to Sean, how into this stuff he is, and he trains kids. I wanted to say he was maybe in the Triangle area or somewhere.
He's in Craven County,
okay.
I believe. He's got a lot of New Bern and West Craven kids, and I'm sure he branches out all over. But yeah, he's into it.
And I was going to ask you how much, because we talked about it with the hitting camp with the launch angle and exit velocity and all that. How much do you bring in the new age of baseball during a camp like this? What are you looking at as far as pitching goes?
So last year, Sam Nairn took it upon himself. He actually ran like an all-day analytics station. And I learned as much on one station listening to him that day than I probably ever could on YouTube or anything else. So we certainly talk about it and we cover it. And you've got to have the right guy, the right coach that feels comfortable talking about that. You know, a guy 40 years into it and still old school probably doesn't look at it the same way as a younger guy.
Right.
And the guys that are playing now, when they get my age, are going to understand it way better than I do. That's just kind of where the game is right now. It's very quantitative. You know, even, you know, I was talking to a pro scout. Pro scouting is not the old eye test anymore. Everything's got a number behind it, and you've got to justify the guys that you like with quantitative data. It can't just be, trust me, this guy's really good. I saw him. It sounds, you know, it sounds different off his bat. Well, what's his bat speed? What's his exit velocity? You know, and in pitchers, well, I don't care what the gun says. What's his spin rate? What's his throwing axis and all this stuff? So, to the people that need to hear that at the camp, they'll hear it. Will a third and fourth grader hear it? Right. Probably not. It's going to be, hey, man, the best pitch in baseball is a strike. Here's how to do that.
And that's great that it's individualized like that for the ages. I would be kind of fascinated to see what goes on with the catchers here because pitching, so much goes into it. You don't think about it as a catcher. You're squatted down and you're catching a pitch, but there's so much more that goes into it than that, and I would like to learn about this. So how about the catching part of this game?
I got to tell you, Clip, it is awesome. The past 3 years, the catching aspect of our camp, I love what we do with pitchers, and I love Sam and all that, but Jake Lowry is a stud. He is going to be a major league manager. There's no doubt about it. He's on the fast track. He hung it up. You know, obviously he was the AAA catcher for the Nationals, and then he's on a fast track to be a big league manager. He's the minor league manager down in their Florida spring league facility, whatever. And then not only Jake, but you know, Danny Mully, who's in the White Sox organization, does a great job. Jake Washer is obviously a great player, but a phenomenal teacher. He's got coach written all over him one day. I'm telling you. Obviously, everybody around here knows who Eddie Losner is from Farmers Central. There's really not a better catching guy around here than Coach Losner. Obviously, former Pirate, longtime high school coach, college coach. Losner does a great job. So, you know, they're going to go through all the drills, and they get videoed as well. They get videoed on their blocking, their receiving, their throwing footwork, and they'll go again in the classroom on Sunday and learn how to clean some stuff up and you know, take notes and have some stuff to take with them. So my son is personally going to be involved in the catching part of it. and he loves it. And look, he's been going since the third grade. This will be his third year, and even for that age of kid, it's really, really good.
That's neat. And you mentioned Losner with the catcher aspect of it, and all these phenomenal names, RV, the legend around these parts, Ronald Vincent. But Jason Mills, from a pitching standpoint, does he still coach the pitchers for the Canes?
Yeah, he sure does.
So he's dealt with guys who are all across playing professional baseball right now. So just kind of an added aspect.
Yeah, Mills, he's one of the instrumental guys behind this camp. There's no doubt about it. And you've got Justin Willoughby, who's a former AAA pitcher, who's just got back into coaching high school baseball, where he should be. He's so good for young men and young pitchers. The list goes on. I mean, Lynn Hartzell, you got Jason Wood over at Pitt Community College. I mean, obviously, RV and his staff are going to do a phenomenal job. So, and it's not just about pitching too. We talk about different throwing programs and throwing fundamentals. It's a pitching and catching camp, but it's also a throwing camp. And, if you can't throw, you can't play baseball. Just like if you can't dribble, you can't play basketball. So,
Rod Meadows joining us. Awesome stuff. Great guest list once again. Some huge names and a lot of great instruction for your kids. This is going on January 29th and 30th for grades 3 through 12. But you do need to sign up if you want a T-shirt, a camp T-shirt. You need to register at downeastbaseball.org. Have your order in by Friday, January 14th. If they miss out on that deadline, there is still a little more time to get in after that, right, Ron?
Yeah, and if we have any spare camp shirts, we'll try our best to get you one. But if you want one guaranteed, we've got to get the order in. So
by next Friday.
Yep, by January 14th, and the overall deadline of the camp is January 25th.
And real quick, once again, you kind of touched on it, but what is very briefly, the Saturday and the Sunday like?
Yeah, so the registration will open 8:30 to 9:30 Saturday morning, and then we'll run camp from 9:30 to about 4:45 this time of year. It says 5 o'clock, probably 4:45. We'll have a little bit of a lunch break in there, and then Sunday we come back from 12 to 4:30, so a half day on Sunday. And that's enough. They're going to have information overload by then, so it's not a lot of downtime. They're going to be either drilling or listening or learning. So it's a really, really informative camp.
Ryan, I can't say things are totally back to normal, but I guess more of a regular baseball schedule for the schools this year, the high schools.
Yeah, it's refreshing. It's refreshing to look at. I actually looked at it today just to kind of confirm things. I mean, we've got our schedule in place, and I was looking at it, and it's a different feeling than last year. Last year was just so didn't know what to expect. It was the unknown, and we're just hoping to get through it, just to, like you said, get things back to some normalcy.
Yes, sir. Ryan, well, thanks for joining us, man. I always enjoy talking with you.
Absolutely. I appreciate you having me. I appreciate you promoting this camp.
And as we sit here today, the Braves are still world champions.
They are, and they may be for another year without playing another game.
That's it. I hope not. I hope so, but I hope not. I want some more baseball. Ryan Meadows, check out downeastbaseball.org. Get your child registered for an awesome camp coming up at the end of January, the 2022 Down East Pitcher and Catcher Camp. We'll take a timeout, come back, have more for you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Thursday after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Cadillac. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get an all-new 2022 Cadillac CT5 and save up to $1,500 off. As always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Ball. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
The Rick House, Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar, has great specials throughout the week, like $10 Tuesdays. Get 8 traditional wings and a draft beer for just $10. Wednesday night is date night, 2 salads, an appetizer, a bottle of wine, 2 entrees, and a dessert for just $55. Friday is smokehouse night with the best ribs and brisket around. Saturday is Italian night, featuring all of our made-from-scratch pastas along with 2 glasses of wine. And on Sunday is the legendary brunch from 10 to 2. The Rick House, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates.
If you wake up in the morning with a backache, feeling more tired than you did when you went to bed, you probably need a new mattress. And the best place to get that mattress is Factory Mattress. Hi, I'm Kirk Smith, General Manager. For more than 40 years, Factory Mattress has been Greenville and Wilson's local mattress dealer. We guarantee the lowest price on the area's best selection with over 50 models to choose from. No seconds or overruns. Factory Mattress offers only first quality direct from the manufacturer. Sealy Posturepedic, Beauty Rest, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. The most highly trained sales associates with over 60 years of combined experience. Same as cash financing with 0 interest up to 48 months and free local delivery. Face it, to have a good day, you've got to have a good night. So sleep better knowing you saved money at Factory Mattress. Locally owned on Greenville Boulevard in Greenville, on Forest Hills Road in Wilson, on the web at factorymattressusa.com, and a proud member of Pirates Supporting Pirates.
Hey dads, it's back. Plan to join us for our 6th annual Daddy-Daughter Dance Friday, February 11th at Rock Springs. This event will be a fun night of games, music, photo keepsakes, raffle tickets, and of course, dancing. Best of all, 100% of the proceeds will go to Daughters for Dads, which supports local families affected by cancer. Sponsorship opportunities are also available. Purchase your tickets today by going to eventbrite.com and search for Daughters for Dads. We will see you Friday, February 11th at Rock Springs.
Hi, this is Morgan Ehlers, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's, now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty. Why are these teams playing basketball on a Thursday afternoon? I don't know. I don't care, but I'll watch it if it's on. Watching McNeese State beating New Orleans 63-57. Also, South Carolina Upstate leads Radford 26-25 in the first half. For those interested, which
alrighty then.
I don't know why you would be. Well, I know a few reasons why you might be, but so there you go. Those are some games going on as we speak. Let's talk about some more action going on tonight, and we'll look at some football, a little bit of everything with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, who joins us on the Pirate Radio Live line. Big man, how you doing today?
Pretty good, Clip. How are you?
Doing great. Finally got some hoops back here in Greenville, North Carolina last night, and what a game it was. East Carolina knocking off Tulane in overtime. It was the Tristan Newton show for the Pirates. He had just 4 points at halftime last night. Finished the game with an absolute flurry, 32 points, 5 of 9 from deep. Hit his free throws, did it all for East Carolina as they were able to knock off Tulane last night. Tulane was 2-0 in the American. East Carolina had not played in a couple weeks. So, Jeff, good to see the Pirates get a W last night at home.
And the Temple Owls went on the road and beat the
I was going to bring that up. That was maybe the most surprising result I saw last night.
Yeah, without their coach, Aaron McKee. Aaron McKee was in coronavirus protocol, and Monte Ross came off the bench and did the job, and yeah, they got the job done. Yeah, pretty good night for East Carolina and good night for Temple as well.
That is the next matchup, by the way, Jeff, coming up this weekend in Philadelphia. So what's your early projection for that line and what kind of basketball game we'll see this weekend?
Yeah, I would say Temple will be, 4, maybe. Maybe off that win, maybe they'll get a little bit more respect. But, I would think it'd be a close game. Temple's dealing with some personnel problems as well. I mean, obviously they haven't had Khalid Battle, Ty Strickland, Jake Forrester. They've all been out. So, hopefully they get some reinforcements on the bench. But, look, Damian Dunn, man, he's playing at a high level right now. Had the game winner last night. He's in double figures, and I think all but 2 games this season. So, I mean, he's a guy that's just elite right now. But, yeah, I'd have to imagine it's a close game. Probably a pretty good game, quite honestly. 2 pretty similar teams, both big groups. I think we see a pretty good game on Saturday.
Jeff Nadu joining us. Shout out to the big man and to myself for our Thursday segment. I even chipped in on Tuesday, Jeff, and said I didn't understand why NC State was such a big underdog at Virginia Tech. NC State wins that game outright. You gave out Marquette, which was one of the most, what do you call it, a rocking chair, just sit back, relax winner. That was over from the start. And also, you were big on Texas, the K-State football game. I feel like Tuesday might have been one of our best segments of all time giving out winners.
Yeah, we did a good job. Even you added to the article with your call with NC State. I didn't understand that one, and you were able to kind of coax it and get the job done. So, yeah, a nice show. We'll try to do it again today, maybe.
So 4 games involving top 25 teams tonight, Jeff. Not the greatest slate of college basketball, but there's always winners to be found. There's a lot of weird day basketball going on as well. So anything you've kind of pinpointed for this Thursday in college hoops?
Yeah, I went deep into the depths of college basketball today. I like Tarleton State today against Sam Houston. This is a spot where I think there's a real value on the home team here in Tarleton. Their 6-9 record's not going to do much for you, but keep in mind they played Stanford, Kansas, Wichita, Michigan, Gonzaga, all really good competition. Went on the road and just have done some decent things. This is a good defensive team. They press the hell out of you. That's what they want to do. And I think Sam Houston's going to have trouble getting possessions, let alone points. This is just going to be a difficult game for them. You also look at the fact that, Clip, I think this game's more than likely in a physical kind of game like this on the road. It's going to come down to free throw shooting, and Sam Houston State's the worst team in the country from the free throw line, 54%, which is hard to believe, frankly. I think Tarleton's better than these numbers indicate. I think they're probably a team that wins by 2-3 possessions, maybe more. I think they handle business and kind of pull away at the end and beat Sam Houston. This is a real gem, like Tarleton. All
right, diamond in the rough there for the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. Maybe we'll circle back to tonight, but I did want to look ahead to the weekend, and I see some pretty good Big East matchups coming up on Saturday, Jeff. UConn on the road at Seton Hall, the Johnnies taking on Providence. Villanova on the road at DePaul. Nova with a blowout victory over Creighton last night. Haven't talked a lot of Big East with you here on the show. I don't know, what are the storylines, the headlines in the Big East so far this year and moving forward? Who are the contenders in that conference this year?
Well, I think there's 5 or 6 teams that are competitors. Obviously, Villanova at the top. They've kind of struggled a little bit to start the season, but you got UConn, who's really well coached and have a great team. I think St. John's is really good. They kind of went out and got some defensive reinforcements, hopefully. They've had a lot of COVID issues. So has Seton Hall. They've had a lot of players out. Xavier's a factor this year. They've only lost 2 games on the season. They're going to be in the running. Even Ed Cooley's group up at Providence. Creighton kind of came out of nowhere. They look like a tournament team. So I think it's really up in the air. I think you can get some value with some of these teams that maybe you're high on. And I still think long term, I really like Seton Hall. They need to get Obiagu back, the big 7'2" mammoth, and then their best defender, Tyrese Samuel. But all in all, I think it's a really good team led by Jared Roden. I'm not the biggest fan of some of the coaches in this conference, but I do like Seton Hall, and I think it's going to be a fun year in the Big East.
Another team, Jeff, I want to ask you about, I did not watch. Apparently, it was super ugly last night between Iowa State and Texas Tech. I did watch Iowa State Baylor over the weekend because it was a top 10 matchup. Iowa State was undefeated. They lost that game. They're now 13-1 after beating Texas Tech last night. They were horrible last year, right, Jeff? And they've come out this year and have found themselves ranked and right up there, at the top of the rankings, and also a 13-1 record. So you're trying to figure out, who's real, who's fake. Last year they won 2 games. Is that right? So how fluky is this start for the Cyclones? Do you think?
Yeah, they were 2-22. They were up 18 in conference. So, their only wins were against Jackson State, 60-45, and Pine Bluff, 80-63, 2 SWAC opponents. T.J. Otzberger's been the coach of the year. That simple. This is quite the turnaround. One of the best defensive teams in the country. Only lost to number 1 Baylor. And look, it's not like they're beating nobodies. They beat Xavier. They beat Memphis. They beat Creighton. They beat Iowa. They beat Texas Tech. All tournament teams and all top 50 teams. This is no surprise. I will say, Clip, look, if you had Iowa State minus 4.5 last night, that was, I don't know if you saw that ending. One of the worst.
We had a late bank 3, right?
Yeah, half court.
Yeah.
It was sickening. And keep in mind, Texas Tech only had 7 players due to COVID issues. So, it was a road game. Iowa State just forgot how to score. Clip, you look at the first 10 minutes of the second half, the teams combined for 11 points in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Hard to do. But yeah, if you had 4.5, those are beats you're not going to live without. And I'll tell you another thing. There was a great buzzer beater cover with VMI as well. They were down 4, corner 3 in the buzzer as time expires. They covered 2.5-point number. So a couple of buzzer beaters last night.
Jeff Nadu joining us. Jeff, one more college basketball nugget. We talked about Wake Forest on Tuesday. That was ahead of them, just cruising over Florida State. So maybe Steve Forbes and his team are the real deal Winston-Salem. Speaking of turnarounds, they were in the basement not that long ago, and now we're playing good basketball. But I saw a picture that it resurfaced on Twitter, and I guess, let's see, Steve Forbes had a press conference and broke out his Sons of Anarchy vest, and then somebody had shown a picture of an old Halloween costume of Steve Forbes, and he's got the flannel undershirt, the leather vest. He's got the Sons of Anarchy rings on, the chain hanging down from the jeans. He went full Sons of Anarchy. So I know you're a fan of Forbes and what Wake's doing right now. That's just another reason, I think, for you personally to jump on board with this Wake Forest team, right?
I didn't see that.
I'm gonna tag you on it right now, Jeff.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. I'm a big Suns guy. By the way, Clip, have you heard the latest conspiracy theory about Sons of Anarchy?
I have not. No.
Okay, so have you seen Sopranos or no?
Yeah, a long time ago. I need to rewatch it, of course, but yeah.
Okay, so there's a character in the show called Adriana. She's dating Christopher.
Yep.
There's a conspiracy theory that I'm going to spoil a little bit here. She eventually is killed.
Yeah.
According to what happens there. Now, there was always a thought that she actually wasn't killed, that Silvio just kind of let her go away and run away. There's conspiracy theory by people that like Sons of Anarchy that she leaves New Jersey and goes into hiding and goes to California and becomes Jax Teller's baby mom, basically, or not baby mom, but ex-girlfriend. because you remember she was a drug addict and she liked bad boys, and Jax Teller obviously was her guy. So yeah, it's a weird conspiracy theory that they're melding the shows together. But
I like the universe crossover stuff. I'll get behind that one. I like that.
I mean, kind of weird, but yeah, I got to rewatch Sons. It's been probably a year or two since I've watched it. I really adore the show. I mean, Jax Teller is just an incredible guy.
All right, well, I tagged you on it. Check out the Steve Forbes Jax Teller look. That's pretty cool.
I got to take a look at this while on the phone.
All right. Jeff Nadu joining us, big man. First Thursday with no football since August. That's kind of tough to take. So I hope folks can enjoy their hoops tonight. But we do have Week 18 of the NFL. The only game where there's games like the Cowboys and Eagles where both teams are jockeying for position, or the Chiefs and Titans want to win so they can get the top seed. But the only game that's really like win you're in, lose you're out is Raiders Chargers. So from a gambling perspective, at least you know that both of those teams won it. That can't be said for every game this week. So I don't know, how much are you looking at this slate? Have you looked at it at all, Jeff? And this is the first time we've had an opportunity to bet on Week 18 in the NFL.
Clip, outside of props, I really haven't. I've kept track of it from a win-loss standpoint and just kind of what's going on. But, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. It's just been a bad product. I mean, for a lot of weeks now. I mean, you have quarterbacks that just have no business in the NFL playing. And I think it's been kind of evident in some of the score lines we've seen here. One shot that I do like this week, I got to tell you, I like the Eagles +7 against the Cowboys.
A lot of points.
Yeah, it is. And this is a Gardner Minshew that obviously played well, albeit against the Jets. But I don't think Dallas has much care in the world on this game. Obviously, it's a division game, but for the Eagles, they've gotten some. They've got kids that they'll play that are worthy of being starters, and I kind of feel like this is just a little bit big a number. I haven't been overly impressed recently with the Cowboys' offense for some reason. I think the Eagles' defense is actually better than people give it credit for, and I think there's a little bit more umbrage on the Eagles wanting to win this game than I think the Cowboys. Not that either team both in the playoffs, but I think the Eagles have a shot to hang around. If I can get a 7.5, I might just bite on this.
And Jeff asked you on Tuesday what you thought about the rematch, Georgia-Bama. Georgia a 3-point favorite, total at 52. You said you hadn't really dove into it much yet. You still got time, but as we talked to you on this Thursday, you thought about that one anymore?
I mean, I just kind of go back to the old adage of, do I want to bet against Nick Saban as a dog? I mean, I think the first time people did that, they got beat. You know what, Clip? I kind of am leaning to this point in the under. I think Georgia's just so great defensively that I'll continue to say any total in the 50s, I'm all in on. Even in the mid-40s. So, is Alabama the best offense they've seen? Sure. But again, second time around, they have a little bit to go off of. I'm willing to think with some time to prepare, it'll be a little bit different. Keep in mind, first game got to 65, so it went way over. I'm going to hope that two of those touchdowns don't happen and this stays under. It's kind of that thinking. I don't know. I think it's a little bit. I don't think we see a 38-point second quarter. I don't think we see that again. So I'm going to bank on an under. I think 52.5 is a great number as well.
Jeff Nadu joining us. Got a lot going on. We had somebody in the Facebook chat during our conversation on Tuesday, Jeff, say they were really enjoying the sit down, and they got the sit down podcast going on. The Big Man on Basketball is a weekly show that people can check out. So a lot going on right now with you, right?
Yeah, and I urge you. I mean, the sit down has been one of the great things that I've done. I'm really proud of that show. I took it from absolutely nothing and no show to a show that I think by the end of the month we're going to be near 1 million listens and 40 episodes.
Wow.
So I really urge you to listen to it. And this week, I think if you want to dive in, you don't need to listen to every week for our show to mean something to you, because we just pick someone every week and we have an ending to that. And this week we talked about Paul Vario, who was obviously involved with the Goodfellas crew. He was really the brains of it, one of the greatest capos in the history of the Mafia. And if you've watched Goodfellas, you saw his character Paul Cicero immortalized. So check that out. I think you'll enjoy it.
Great stuff, big man. Have a fantastic weekend. We'll talk to you again next week, and we'll keep in touch, y'all. You can also follow him on Twitter at Jeff Nadu. He's always having some Q&As if you got basketball questions or things like that. So we'll talk to you that way this weekend, Jeff, and get you back on the show next Tuesday.
I will say, Clip, if I were in charming California and that individual walked up to me, I wouldn't think he wasn't in the Sons of Anarchy. It actually doesn't look that bad.
Just another reason to like Steve Forbes and Wake Forest, I think, Jeff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, Steve Forbes is good in my book.
Thanks, Jeff. See ya.
All right, take it easy, Clip.
Jeff Nadu joining us today here on Pirate Radio Live. Let's take a time out. We'll come back and wrap up hour number 2 of today's program. Still to come in hour 3. We got Troy D, Touchdown Tony Collins, and we'll open up the booty bag. It's all ahead on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you on a Thursday after this.
In sports, if you think joy only happens after you win, think again. Look at the world's most successful athletes like Serena Williams, Brooks Koepka, and Alex Morgan. They don't spend all their days grinding away. They take time to enjoy themselves, like getting together with friends over a Michelob Ultra, because they know that happiness is the key to winning, and that joy is the whole game, not just the end game. Michelob Ultra. 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. AB Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Grow Rug 26 is coming to Greenville March 25th through the 27th. This is DJ Fossil from F3 ENC, inviting all men to sign up now for this leadership training event. The Grow Rug training events are designed to help men become high-impact men by reinforcing the F3 mission of invigoration of male community leadership. To register or to learn more, please visit f3enc.com. That's f3enc.com. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you've got to get started if you want to be great.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
When a storm hits, you can count on Greenville Utilities. They put their emergency storm plan into action to restore power as quickly and safely as possible. If you experience an outage, call them toll-free at 1-855-767-2482. The automated hotline can handle a large number of calls at once, virtually eliminating busy signals, so help can be on the way as fast as possible. Remember, GUC's emergency hotline number is 1-855-767-2482.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has recently added more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Do you suffer from allergies, asthma, or any other sinus problems? Perhaps professional cleaning of your air ducts could help. Family owned and operated in Winterville for over 22 years, Carolina Quality Air was the first certified duct cleaning company in Eastern North Carolina. From residential to commercial, they can handle any size job, big or small, including our studios here at Pirate Radio. Carolina Quality Air uses a sanitizer that kills mold in your ductwork and over 100 viruses, including the coronavirus. Visit them online at carolinaqualityair.com.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with Copy Pro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. Copy Pro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at Copy Pro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
Copy Pro, we are the professional office systems people.
Pirate Radio.
We're going to be bigger, faster, stronger, and older. That's always a good combination.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Hey, you're invited tomorrow to the Kinetic Physical Therapies Open House. It'll be taking place from 3 until 6 p.m. You can come out and enjoy a free tour of Kinetic's new 7,000 square feet addition. There'll also be free food and drinks, raffle prizes, special discounted prices, and more. Make your plans now to join Kinetic Physical Therapy tomorrow afternoon from 3 until 6 p.m. on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. For more information, go to their website at kptonline.com. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, back with you on a Victory Thursday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here. Troy D alongside. What's up, Troy?
Hey, Clip. How are you? Good to see you.
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Doing well.
Good to hear. Good to hear. We got
doing better today
than what?
Yesterday. Man, the cold, the rain, the darkness. You know me. Not a good day yesterday.
You got to fight through it.
Well, that's what today was for. Hey.
Bounce back Thursday for Troy D.
Has this week not been the longest week? By the way, when you come off a break, we had a pretty good extended break. We're fortunate here. We're able to take a little time off, recharge. Boy, I told you yesterday, it kind of felt like a Friday to me. And I was like, all right, well, today's Friday. Oh, nope, not yet.
When you're 2 days off, that's
2 days off.
That's rough.
This week has felt like a week and a half minimum, possibly 2 weeks.
Well, but
then I have some weeks that fly by. I'm like, wow, this has already been 5 days.
Again, Troy D versus Tom is the best rivalry known to man.
But this week, my friends, is a long week. And I know there's a lot of people that share my misery in that it's been a long week for them too. I know I am not alone in this.
Hey, tomorrow's Friday.
Finally.
And then we'll do it all over again on Monday.
I'm ready for the weekend. Cycle. I don't know about you.
And it'll be a short weekend too. It'll go by
this weekend. Can you believe how fast it went?
Man, it seemed like 2 days.
And who invented that? Why didn't they do it the other way? 5-day weekend, 2-day work week. Wouldn't that be amazing if that was the world we lived in? Like if that's how things started and that's how everything just evolved.
You bring that up, and I always say, well, why do we go by that? Why at Pirate Radio do we not go Monday through Thursday?
Because no one else goes by that. If everybody.
So we're just a bunch of sheep that follow along.
That's right.
We should do our own thing. Like
let me hear your bah.
We should. Sug.
Well, I heard him yelling, "Let's go, Brandon!" earlier. I didn't know what that was about in the stadium. But
are you doing that joke? You
multiple Brandons to choose from on the basketball team I'm talking about.
You definitely didn't hear that one here first. That one has been cycled throughout. 2 big-time Brandons on the team. Brandon Suggs.
Lots of Brandons to choose from.
And Brandon Johnson.
Basketball. This may be the most Brandons we've ever had at one time.
All-time Brandons.
I know we had Brandon Stith at one point. Brandon, there was a guard, helped me out on Facebook Live. Brandon, I can't remember his last name, years ago.
God, the way you can remember things like this is amazing.
I can't remember this guy, and it's bugging me now. Brandon blank. I can't remember. Anyway, boy, great crowd of people here that were at the game last night. CJ was there. Chandler was there. Clip Brock. Tony Collins. Man, that's it.
Nobody invited me. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. No one else asked. Hey, Troy D, want to come with us? We're getting the gang together.
Troy, you have your own ticket.
Unlike
you have your own ticket.
Unlike your black tie affairs,
asked me to go and hang out with you guys.
You don't get
have your own ticket.
You don't get invited to college basketball games. You get tickets for them, and then you enter as you please.
There's local politics, bud.
Troy didn't get his invite. Hey, I got lost in the mail, I guess.
You know what? We need to get tickets to a Chicago Bears game. He's going to say, why did you guys not invite me? You have your own ticket.
Yeah. I didn't know Tony was going. Tony's with my buddy courtside. I didn't get invited to that.
I think there's a reason for that. We'll find out from Tony coming up at 5 o'clock. I tell you what, Tony looked very happy last night to be with his basketball mate. I'll just say that. So I don't know, Troy.
Is that what you call them now?
If there's problems in the relationship,
He probably didn't have to share his popcorn.
Is he hijacking my friend?
There could be
cheating on
trouble at home between Tony and Troy.
It was very dark, cold, rainy yesterday.
As
I
nights
don't care
tend
about
to
the
be.
weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
It's definitely having a seasonal affect disorder day.
So you just took a knee on Wednesday.
Sometimes you just got to call it a day.
Yeah. I'm
I'm glad he can do that.
Yeah.
So at 6 o'clock, you got into the victory formation.
Might have been more like 7:30. Sometimes you just have to quit the day.
The fetal formation.
My favorite saying, quit the day.
Nobody loves taking one of my jokes.
Quit the day, every day.
One of my jokes and making it his own as Troy D. Getting all those laughs.
It's only your joke if you use it on the air. If the tree falls in the forest and no one's there to see it or hear it, doesn't happen.
That is a very good point. Very good point. All right. Pirates win last night. They take on Temple next. We saw that Johnny.
Sorry, go ahead.
Johnny on Facebook Live says Ken Palm has Temple as a 6-point favorite. Pirates 31% chance of winning. What were you going to say?
Did you?
Brandon Evans. Thank you, John Moody. That was the name I was looking for.
Did you go and talk to Corey Glore? In person while you were there?
I did not. I waved. He turned around and I waved to him.
Did he recognize you and wave back and give you the greeting and clip? Good to see you.
He gave us a great wave from press row.
What a wave by the Green Wave announcer.
Save. I would love to hear Corey's calls.
Corey, I'd like to say East Carolina is 2-0 when competing against Corey Glore.
That is true.
We've never lost a game.
That is a stat to consider.
Never lost a game or sport
to consider.
Up next, can't wait for baseball.
No, they're playing basketball.
I know they got one more, but I'm already counting.
Next sport, baseball.
Yeah. That'd be awesome to get the sweep on Corey Glore for the whole year.
I mean, right now.
But now the Pirates have to go to New Orleans for the first time since Corey Glore's been behind the mic.
Yeah, why'd you say it like that?
New Orleans.
Anyway, and he popped up. Now the Pirates have to go to New Orleans.
Because we're talking about Corey Glore.
Down to go see his family. In Louisiana. So, there you go. All right. We'll take a break. I can't wait to hear what Tony Collins
I haven't seen Tony. This is my first visit with Tony in the new year.
We'll say Happy New Year.
We've only exchanged one text. It was just to confirm he could be here today. I wanted to save the rest of it for the show.
You're a big saver for the show.
We have not talked. I may not even speak to him until the.
Wow, the relationship is shaking.
No, I just meant until we're on air. I don't want to do a show during the break.
All right.
We can exchange pleasantries.
We're not going to talk at all?
I can't wait to be in the room during the break and just have them sitting there saying nothing. It's going to be very weird.
Clip, you need to get in Troy's seat now and separate them.
No, I have no beef with Tony. I just hadn't seen him in a while.
But if you look at him, you might say something to him, and we don't want that to happen.
I just don't want to ruin the show by doing a show when we're not on the air. Just like when you use your best joke when we're not on the air.
Look, my jokes fly whenever they fly. I can't control if the mic's on or not. All right, we'll take a timeout, come back. Troy D, Tony Collins, and we'll open up the booty bag coming up on this Victory Thursday edition of Pirate Radio Live. More to go after this.
Hey Pirate fans, did you know there are thousands of special needs children and adults right here in our community that loves ECU athletics as much as you do? Robbie's Clubhouse is a local nonprofit organization that can turn your unused ECU tickets into a fun day for a family with special needs. If you can't make it to the next Pirate game, simply call 1-800-DIAL-ECU and donate and designate your tickets for Robbie's Clubhouse. Go Pirates!
You demand perfection. That's why you drive the perfect car. Okay, maybe it's not exactly perfect, but it's perfect to get you to Domino's for their perfect $7.99 carry-out deal. Carry out any 3-topping pizza or a 10-piece order of wings, smothered in delicious sauces like hot buffalo, garlic parmesan, and honey barbecue, just $7.99 each. Demand the perfect carry-out deal at Domino's. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes XL and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Here today with Dr. Shondell Jones from Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness. Dr. Jones, a lot of exciting new things going on.
Yes, so you may have seen our new facility, but we also have a private courtyard. There's an outdoor private area where we have artificial turf where it's fenced in, and we're going to be having our sunset yoga classes there. Those classes allow you to develop increased flexibility, more energy, and get better sleep. So come on and check those classes out today. Come by and see us, Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness, Arlington Boulevard, or check us out online at kptonline.com.
If you love the food at Villa Verde, and hey, who doesn't? Now Villa Verde makes it even easier for you to order takeout. Tell us about it, Jay.
If you go to myvillaverde.com, you can order online, and we'll have it ready for you to go. Plus, you can pick it up at either one of our locations. No waiting in line to pay, and no waiting at all. Just pick it up and go. With online ordering from myvillaverde.com or from our mobile app, plus even from our Facebook page. Villa Verde, with 2 Greenville locations to serve you. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,000 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, or go directly to our job postings at bit.ly/PCS employment. That's bit.ly/PCS employment. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student and every staff member every single day.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Domino's of Greenville has 3 locations to take care of you. Take advantage of the week-long carry-out deal of all 3 topping pizzas for only $7.99. Order online today at Domino's.com. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, back with you. Hour 3 on this Thursday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Rock, Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt, CJ Schaefer, Troy D alongside, and we'll welcome in Touchdown Tony Collins to the program.
Happy New Year, Tony.
Happy New Year.
Good to see you for the first time in 2022.
Yes, sir.
Love the pinyan hat you
yes,
got
sir.
today.
Mustangs, baby.
Sweet.
It's one of the few hats you don't own.
I know. I'm kind of jealous. I want one of them.
How was the ski trip? I haven't seen you since then.
Oh, the ski trip was fun, man. You know, the weather was, we got
A lot of snow.
All right, I had a debate.
A lot of snow.
I think this might have been one of my sons. He said, "Dad, there's no way Tony Collins skis. He sits in the at the bottom of the slope and partakes in beverages."
I was with the kiddies, man. I was helping my granddaughter.
Yeah. You're watching everyone else ski, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm not skiing.
All right, they were right about that.
I'm too old for that.
That's what I said. I said
you didn't even put a pair of skis on.
Nah, too old for that.
Because he said he was going skiing, though.
25, 26, 27, I would have did.
He was at the slope, but you got 2 new knees or hips or whatever it is. I knew there's no way you're skiing.
Nah.
Yeah. You just like to do the. It's not. What do they call it?
It's a family time for me, man.
I know, but it's like the bar at the bottom of the slope.
There is a bar.
Yes, I know. That's where I could see you hanging out while everyone else is skiing.
Yeah.
There's a name for it.
A lot of fun. Yeah, a lot.
And we talked to Bryce Williams yesterday, who just went skiing. It can be very dangerous.
Oh yeah, a lot of people get hurt skiing.
Yeah,
you're out there doing something you don't. Well, I mean, know what you're doing.
If you stay at the level that you are, you'll be fine.
But one thing you don't see,
you don't need to be skiing a diamond slope.
One thing is you don't see a lot of brothers getting hurt skiing. You know why?
Because you don't see a lot of them skiing.
There you go.
Which was my point when you said you were going out to Breckenridge. Oh no, Crested Butte.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
I noticed during the Winter Olympics, you don't see a lot of like African countries in the downhill.
We don't like the cold weather, man.
Yeah.
We really don't.
I was going to ask. You said it was nice.
My kids wanted snow, so they got snow.
Well, they got snow.
Yeah, they got snow.
I was asking Bryce yesterday because he just went on a ski trip. How much is artificial compared to real snow? And he just went to. What is it? Snowshoe? What's that? West Virginia? Uh-huh. He said a lot of that was artificial, but they should be getting snow soon. Mm-hmm. Yours was legit snow up there, right?
Oh, yeah.
That was Colorado?
It's all real.
Colorado, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's the place to ski.
It was like a blizzard up there, man.
Yeah.
It was really bad.
It's expensive, though, to go skiing.
Yeah, it is.
To get out there, to stay out there, to eat, and then the lift tickets aren't cheap.
You got to ride the lift. Yeah, you got to do all that stuff. So.
How much is popcorn out there, Tony?
I didn't get popcorn for some reason.
What'd you get?
It was other stuff.
Like what?
Other stuff.
It's expensive on the mountain, though, because you're a captive audience, so they got you. It's like an airport. You know how airport prices are? It's exactly how
they know you can't really go anywhere.
No, but you can go into town, too.
But once you're on the slope, man, you ain't going into town. When it's time to eat lunch, you're eating on the slope, and it's expensive.
But ain't nobody skiing like that, man. We're going to go out there for 3 or 4 hours, and that's it. That's all the skiing we do. And the rest of the 4 or 5 days, we just loving the air,
Oh, you're just enjoying the atmosphere out there.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Tony's big ski adventure.
Yeah.
What's next? Some island somewhere, probably?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nowhere cold anymore, man.
Water ski.
Get the cold.
Tony on the
bobsledding with Tony Collins and Cammy.
All right, so I said this a moment ago. Last night, in attendance at the basketball game, CJ, Chandler, myself, touchdown Tony
Yes,
Collins.
I was there, man. It was a great game. It was a great game. Where were you, Troy?
I wasn't invited like you were. You were an invited guest.
Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you this.
Through my buddy, the King.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. I had
King of Annapolis invited you.
I had some great seats, man. I was courtside.
And you know what about those seats?
It was courtside, baby.
I've sat down there, and I think this is still true. Don't they give you a voucher for a free popcorn and drink?
Well, actually, the popcorn is already there.
It's already there. Back in my day, Tony, you'd have to get up out of the seat, go get the popcorn yourself, still free, and then come back to the seat. Nowadays, they've simplified the process, Clip. Now they just have
it already there, baby.
That's awesome.
Popcorn's already there.
How beautiful
I was
is
going
that?
to mention this off the air. I got a shot recently. Could you go easy on
I'm sorry. I meant to tell you, you can pick which arm. You should have gone right arm.
Well,
why did you go left arm?
Why didn't I think of Troy?
Yeah.
I was getting taken
I do have a habit sometimes to hit you on the shoulder.
I mean, it's one of those things.
Yeah,
but
sorry.
if you could just lay off today.
All right.
Monday will be good.
Sorry, I didn't know I was dealing with booster clip today.
That was a shot.
Sorry. The shot was fine until Troy frogged me.
All right,
anyway. The show. Sorry about that. I'll try to contain myself.
Back to the game. I had great seats, man. They were great seats.
You had my friends' great seats.
Yeah,
they are great. Courtside.
Absolutely.
Courtside. They are what's the guy from L.A.?
Jack Nicholson.
You had the Jack Nicholson seats.
But you were baseline instead of.
But that was fine too. I was still courtside.
Oh, your baseline?
Yeah, it was baseline.
Oh, usually when I go, I'm courtside. So maybe you got downgraded a little bit, but that's okay.
But I was down in the trenches. when they're underneath the.
You better
rim
pay
trying to
attention.
get rebounds.
Oh yeah, you take one in the jugular right there if you're not. You better stay off your phone down there.
Good seats.
That's the no phone zone.
The best seats I've ever had since I've been to a game.
Best free seats. How many basketball season tickets have you ever paid for, Tony?
Hey, Clip, did you hear what I said?
I heard it. I don't know if I think he did. He just bypassed it.
How many seats football have you ever paid to go to?
Now
He's a Hall of Famer.
Hey, now
he
he's going
played
to another,
football.
He's going to a whole another subject.
Yeah.
All I said
These are the best free seats he's
I've
ever
had since I've been there before. I'm just saying.
If Troy had his way, the Hall of Famers would be paying their way in to ECU football games. I like that.
Whoa! What are you doing? I'm Robert Jones. I don't care.
Yeah, we got to keep this program funded. Yeah. Step up to the plate, big man.
I'm sure Tony's thrown a few bucks there over the years.
Man, that's
but
funny.
all that nonsense aside, awesome game, Tony. Awesome performance.
Oh yeah,
you were on the right.
Newton, man, I'm gonna tell you that kid he's got something special. He absolutely took the game over in overtime and absolutely.
And you
won
stayed till
game.
the end, I hear.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm stunned.
It went in overtime.
You never stay to the end of
What
games.
went into overtime?
Yeah, but usually you're halftime Tony. at halftime, I look around. Tony's gone.
First half, Tony.
Yeah, even in baseball, like it's seventh inning,
inning. Tony.
There's a reason behind that madness. There's a reason.
Because you're with Troy?
No, that's.
Sorry. Well, what is it then? I thought that's what it was.
Has to do with what he did before he was with me.
So there's a reason behind that. I can't get stuck in traffic. I can't do that. I have to get out of there before.
Well, the good news is you had no worries about that last night.
That is true.
Basketball.
Right. So it's a basketball game, so I'm not gonna get stuck in traffic.
What do you got? Bad road rage or something?
So that's your thing. Like you hate game traffic. Like I hate the rain and cold. It's like you can't deal with it, right?
I can't. It's not something that I don't.
You have a real phobia.
I don't want to deal with it, so I don't deal with it.
All right.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, so you like
That's
literally
the
you
reason I
can't
leave the
stand
games
being
early.
stuck in traffic.
Absolutely.
But you leave like real early, like halftime early. Like you could go fourth quarter.
I can't take a chance.
What's gonna happen? All right, let's just run the scenario. Worst case scenario.
Somebody might get hurt.
Right. I'm just gonna run a scenario. Worst case. You stay to the end of an ECU football game.
That's not gonna happen.
It's an exciting finish.
It's
I'm
not
running
gonna
a worst case
happen.
scenario.
It's not gonna happen.
Let me finish the scenario and then answer my question. It's an exciting finish. Everybody exits at the same time. You exit. You're parked pretty close to the stadium. You get out in a relatively quick amount of time. There is some traffic as we are leaving the stadium. You get stuck in traffic for, let's say, 5 minutes at the most. What happens to Tony Collins if he's stuck in traffic for 5 minutes?
5 minutes?
Yeah.
5 minutes is not.
It's not
bad.
even stuck.
Right. That's the worst case scenario you'd have.
But no, get stuck in traffic for 30, 35, 40 minutes. I can't handle that.
We've been to Patriot games and been in bumper-to-bumper traffic worse than that.
Yeah, I couldn't handle it then.
But you did.
But I don't want to handle it. But if you don't want to handle something, you just don't go. You don't handle it.
You didn't have an issue with it with the Patriots?
What do you mean?
We were stuck in traffic. There's one road going to Foxborough and coming out of Foxborough.
Yeah, but you're moving. I'm talking about not moving at all.
So that's the phobia. Being actual, you can't move.
Stand still. Yeah. I can't stand still.
We were in bumper-to-bumper traffic. It was moving.
But we're moving.
How about this, Tony? So say a noon kickoff.
Trying to figure out how his brain works.
Noon kickoff in Greenville. You tailgate a little bit before the game. Stay for the whole game. Do a little bit of a post-game tailgate with your buddies. Celebrate a win.
Let the traffic get out.
And then go.
Get out. Yeah.
There you go.
Stay a little later.
That could happen too.
Think about that one.
That could happen too.
I listen. Next season, because there's going to be some good games. Let's take that first game, September 3rd, Dowdy Ficklin Stadium. I'm going to go ahead and say, let's just say it's a night game, 7 o'clock, kickoff.
You're talking about state game.
ECU, NC State. I don't want you to leave early because I don't want you to miss it.
I don't want to miss it.
Stay to the end, and then I'll stay with you, and we'll get some other people to stay, to volunteer their time. We'll tailgate afterwards. We'll let all the traffic get out, and then you won't even be thinking about it, and then by the time it's time to leave, everyone will already be gone.
So you're doing this all for me?
I'm doing it for you, Tony. That's the type of friend I am, and I'm willing to go on record right now to say I'll do that for you.
Look, he's got
Troy.
He's got a little heat on him now that he knows you got another friend that takes him to games.
Yeah.
He's going to start opening.
And I've got a lot of other options after games,
he's trying
Tony.
to make up for the basketball season.
Oh, dear. Good stuff.
Oh, man.
I'll hang out with you and volunteer my time.
Absolutely.
Let's do that. I don't want you to have to miss the game.
I don't want to miss it.
Especially that first one. Let's do that first one. But I'm not saying we have to do that every game, but at least the first one you should stay.
You still got to let me think about it.
All right. You don't have to make a decision.
Just test the waters that first game.
But I guarantee you'll have a good time.
I'm going to have a good time if I stay to the end or if I leave early. But the options...
I never knew that was the reason why you left early.
Yeah.
I always thought you got a call from the boss.
No.
And you were like, the hook came in.
No hook.
Tony's got to go.
No hook.
His time limit, his play time has expired.
Can't get stuck in traffic.
Tony's, I will say this too, you're here for every show appearance early. You're always like 15, 20 minutes early.
Yeah.
So maybe you're just a good planner and you do everything early.
I always try to do things early. I was taught, if you're on time, you're late. So
there you go.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
That includes leaving games early. Hey, he did it before Antonio Brown.
Yeah. How about that situation?
Y'all got to leave Antonio Brown alone.
He's available if the Patriots want him.
Something's wrong with the guy, man.
I know. He said there was an issue with his ankle, but he didn't have a problem running and jumping on the ankle. So he'd lose a little bit of credibility there.
Yeah, but
if he hasn't lost credibility other places.
Normal people don't do what he did, so there's something wrong. And I don't want it. It was funny when you first saw it, but it's not funny.
I didn't think it was funny.
I thought it was funny. I mean,
I was like, man, this is sad.
When he was taking his shirt off and throwing all this stuff away, I was like, what is this fool doing?
I was thinking, man, there's better ways to handle this.
Of course it is.
Got a disagreement. That's not how you need to handle it.
But he has a problem, man. There's a problem, and I hate to say it, the kid's been knocked out 3 or 4 times during the game.
There was that one big, was it perfect?
It was perfect.
He has not been right since then.
That's what
they say.
I'm telling you, man. So it's something wrong, man. He needs to get checked.
A couple of people chiming in. Cannon says, how about the Tulane coach last night? So I said at pregame, Ron Hunter, one of the more entertaining guys. If you remember that tournament a few years ago, his kid RJ Hunter hit a 3 to pull an upset, and he was on a stool because I think the coach injured himself celebrating the conference championship, so he was coaching on a rolling stool, and he fell off the stool and he went viral.
But he was at Georgia something.
Georgia State.
Oh, he was at Georgia State. Okay.
Last night, did you see him at all? He's very animated.
I was watching him on the sideline. Yeah.
Did you like his outfit?
I commented. I thought this was an underplayed.
He was in all black.
I know. I don't know what he was wearing.
He was wearing a Letterman's jacket, and he took that off to show the black shirt with the gold chain.
With the gold chain.
I said he totally looked like he was ready to go to Still Life last night.
He is
downtown. I was like, this guy's ready to go out and party.
He also fell down. I didn't notice it at the game. I saw a video later after the guy missed the shot at the end of regulation that rolled around. He fell down on the floor and on his back.
I know.
So he was all over the place.
That was a crazy shot too, man. I thought that was good.
Did you eat the free popcorn?
Yes, I did.
Is the popcorn better at basketball or football games?
I'm gonna tell you, Troy. Last night, the popcorn was good. The seats were good. Don't call me. I'll call you.
Oh man!
I'm just kidding, man. You know that.
I remember that during football season. Hey, y'all still got those seats for me on the front row? Oh, sorry.
You do a lot of touching for a germaphobe. You don't like anything to be touched, but you sure do touch me a lot.
It's more of a tap.
Oh, man.
Quit tapping me. Redbeard says he hadn't been stuck in traffic for 30 minutes at an ECU football game since 2009.
Yeah, exactly.
Got a point there, I guess.
It's getting better, though.
Mike says a lot of fussing going on between Troy and Tony. They don't sound much like a family. Family. Hey, families fight, but they make up, and it's all good.
Yeah.
All right.
Or do we sound like a family?
Well, we said before Tony even came on that you guys have some, the relationship shaky.
Most families I know.
Wait a minute. You think our relationship is shaky?
No, they're trying to make something. Who
said that?
He's stirring the pot, Tony. Don't let him. Don't eat the rat poison.
Don't buy into it.
Ignore the noise.
Yeah. This is what they do in the media.
Okay.
They try to create a narrative. They try and divide. Sometimes they'll fabricate a story that isn't there.
Chandler.
This is a perfect example of that.
During the break, you could cut the tension with a knife. These guys, something's up.
There is no issue between us.
Chad says he'll volunteer to hang out with Tony Collins after games. He doesn't want him to get stuck in traffic. So now it's like adopt.
That's good, man.
We can bring some other people into this.
Adopt a Tony to hang out with.
We can have a group.
So he doesn't get stuck in traffic.
It'll be like our post tailgate at the Pirate Radio tailgate zone.
See that, Tony? Pirate Nation's got your back.
I know, man. I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it.
Or how about this? If you see Tony in the traffic line, politely pull your car over so Tony can speed through. Just hum it. Beat down the cars.
That's funny.
All right, let's get a break in. We'll come back. I want to talk a little NFL.
Yeah.
Can we get Bills Patriots Part 3 in the playoffs? I
think so.
Perhaps? And Troy and I don't have to worry about any playoffs, but we'll talk about what's going on in NFL and otherwise when we return. Pirate Radio Live. A lot more to go. Back after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get an all-new 2022 Buick Encore GX. Save up to $1,250 off or 1.9% for 72 months. As always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Grow Rug 26 is coming to Greenville March 25th through the 27th. This is DJ Fussell from F3 ENC, inviting all men to sign up now for this leadership training event. The Grow Rug training events are designed to help men become high-impact men by reinforcing the F3 mission of invigoration of male community leadership. To register or to learn more, please visit f3enc.com. That's f3enc.com. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you've got to get started if you want to be great.
0% alcohol, 0 grams of sugar, full Budweiser flavor. For all the moments you want a beer and need to stay on your game. Budweiser Zero, 0 alcohol, 0 compromise.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville is the perfect place to get all your amigos together for some Mexican food, fun, and football. Chico's has been a game day tradition for Pirate football fans for over 30 years. Whether the game is home or away, make it a Chico's day for some great specials and the best chips and salsa in town. Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Go Pirates!
BMS Builders is your premier custom builder in eastern North Carolina. With Blackwood and Mills Creek in Greenville, Dalton's Cove in Farmville, and Belmar and Ayden, these are just a few of the developments featuring BMS Builders homes. They can build the home of your dreams. Just ask Dr. Dennis Ross in Greenville or East Carolina football coach Mike Houston. They built their homes, and they can build yours as well. BMS Builders. Give them a call at 916-1578 for BMS Builders.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Hey Pirate fans, did you know there are thousands of special needs children and adults right here in our community that loves ECU athletics as much as you do? Robbie's Clubhouse is a local nonprofit organization that can turn your unused ECU tickets into a fun day for a family with special needs. If you can't make it to the next Pirate game, simply call 1-800-DIAL-ECU and donate and designate your tickets for Robbie's Clubhouse. Go Pirates!
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of eastern North Carolina.
This is Brian Packard, ECU former baseballer. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Brown & Wood is your home of the best selection of GMC, Cadillac, Buick, and Mazda in Eastern North Carolina for over 80 years. Shop their entire inventory online at brownandwoodauto.com or visit them on Greenville Boulevard in Greenville. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
All right, Clip Brock, Troy D, Tony Collins, my favorite running back I never got to see play. One of my favorite running backs I did get to see play. I'm glad this is... Tony's not in this story. Clinton Portis is going to prison.
What? Oh, really? The guy used to dress up? What happened at the press conference?
Forgery?
It was a fraud scheme.
Yeah.
Scheme to defraud health care benefit program.
Oh, wow.
That's tough. Prison for 6 months. So
that's light work.
That's not bad.
Yeah. He'll be popular in there. He's a fun guy.
Don't want to get his autographs.
So, Tony, glad you're here talking to us and not Clinton Portis.
Did you know I actually got to see Tony Collins play in person? Only one game, though.
I've heard about that.
You guys remember? Do you know what game that is?
I do. I don't know if Tony wants to talk about it.
Here we go.
It's the 85 Bears taking on the Patriots.
How old were you in
the 1986 Super Bowl?
How old were you in 1985? 86.
Well, it was 86, so I was 15 years old back then.
15? Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Imagine a 15-year-old Troy, huh?
In New Orleans for the first time. Loving it with Lee D. Those are
and I had to tell Troy to get out of the strip club.
And we're walking down Bourbon Street and some guy throws up all over Troy's shoes.
And some fell at Troy's feet.
Oh, yeah. We had my dad on talking about it. I got to tell you, being 15 years old on Bourbon Street is a life-changing experience.
I bet it is.
It definitely is one of those memories you never forget. And going to a Super Bowl at that age was just absolutely incredible. But Tony, I know the game didn't turn out for you, but what an honor to be able to play against the greatest team in NFL history.
Good old days.
Speaking of I heard the Bears have been bad this year, Troy, as you know.
Yeah, yes.
I was surprised to hear that Robert Quinn broke the single-season sack record, breaking Richard Dent's.
Yeah, you got to go back.
Richard Dent's record.
Yeah.
18 sacks.
So I think Dent did it in fewer games.
They probably
back then.
Yeah.
And someone made this point, too. I thought this was a great point, Clip, that back then it was a run-first league. Tony, you probably agree to that.
Way less passing.
Now it's like quarterbacks are more apt to get sacked because they're back in the pocket all the time. They're dropping back. It's a pass-happy league.
True.
So for Dent to hold that for that long and have that many chances when it basically a lot of times they're just handing the ball off, you're never going to get to the quarterback, is absolutely incredible. It tells you how awesome that guy was.
That's a good point. When I think Richard Dent, Troy D, did you know, and I was about 15, that I got to see Richard Dent play live in a game?
No.
He was ending his career with the Colts. They played Washington. Jim Harbaugh, I think, was the Colts quarterback.
Wow.
But Richard Dent got ejected on an extra point. He, punched a guy and got ejected, and as he was walking off, he gave the crowd the finger.
Oh,
and,
really?
and I, as a young guy, I was like, oh, this is so cool. He's giving us the finger. Boo! It was a great moment.
If you think about it, Richard Dent, one of the all-time greatest defensive players in history, but also one of the greatest football names for a defensive player. Dent. I mean, what a great name to have for a defense. I mean, he was truly born to do what he did.
Dick Dent.
Yes.
Dick Dent.
Yes.
What a
it was
name.
either football or porn. He had to go one way or the other.
Well, that ain't it.
We'll move on from that quickly. Mitchell in Winston-Salem is on the fixed NC or the Pirate Radio Live.
Are we taking calls?
We are taking Mitchell's, apparently. He's got the backline number, I guess.
Mitchell, welcome.
Hey, guys. Hey, I specifically wanted to say hey to Tony. Hey, Tony, I was in school when you were down there. In fact, but we knew you as Anthony back then.
Yes, sir.
I was in the marching band when you were on the football team, and I've actually got. I would pick up the torn jersey that you running backs have, and I would go and sew them back up in the dorm room. And I'm somewhere in a bag. I've got your number 33.
Wow.
From your junior year, if you'd like it back, if I can find it.
I'd like it.
It's a light one, and it's got. I think I picked it up maybe at a Carolina game or a Duke game because it's got some blue on.
Listen, if you find it, I'll sign it, and you can keep it. How about that?
Wow.
Oh, sweet! Yeah, and I've got a Leander Green one.
Yeah.
I've got a Sutton one. And I don't
Theodore.
Eddie Hicks.
Eddie Hicks. Yep.
Yeah.
Tony, when did you make the change from Anthony to Tony? What brought that on?
When I got to New England, they used to call me AC when I was. That was my
Your
name.
nickname.
AC.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so when I got to New England,
they being ECU players.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah,
when
right.
I was in high school, I was AC. Yeah. Anthony Collins.
Right.
And so when I got to New England, there was another guy on the team named Alan Clark, and they call him AC.
Oh, there's already an AC on the team.
And so
Can't have two ACs.
I couldn't be AC because I'm the rookie. They said, no, you can't be AC. You got to be TC. And so I'm a rookie. I was like, I don't care what the hell you call me, just as long as you call me.
Right.
And then he left the next year, and I got stuck with Tony Collins.
You had a great line the other day. When I wasn't here. You were talking about going to class, and it was about back in the day. Do you remember that clip?
I remember the conversation. I don't remember
and
the line.
you had a great one-liner saying
About going to class?
Yeah, and you had a I forgot you had I about wrecked my car laughing, but now I can't remember it.
Can't remember it.
Yeah.
Anything else, Mitchell? By the way,
Neither can you, evidently.
Yeah, nor I.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was a line you had talking about going to class.
Yeah.
At ECU, but
my professor's not seeing me.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. I forgot how you worded it though. What was it? So there it is. Say it again.
I don't know how to say it.
They probably saw him on Saturdays, but not in the
They
class.
saw me on Saturdays all the time. Yeah.
All right,
never mind.
Mitchell, you got anything else?
Yeah, he said, I got a C in that class. I'll see you maybe.
Yeah, you may or may not see me. That's it. Yeah, Mitchell.
Mitchell's
Thank
like
you.
a show
There you go,
historian.
Mitchell. You got it.
That's exactly what it is. He goes, I got a lot of C's. Because you may see me, you may not see me.
Mitchell, we did a show last May. Can you pull up the transcript from something I said?
Way to go, Mitchell.
That was pretty good.
Mitchell, text me your number so I can have it when we can't remember stuff. We need a good show historian.
All right, there's Mitchell and Winston-Salem.
Mitchell, good stuff,
Got
man.
some of your old torn up gear
Yeah,
there,
man.
Tony.
Those were the days, bro.
Send it to the station and we'll have Tony autograph it for you.
I like those old clips of Earl Campbell running and his entire
Tearaway jerseys,
jersey.
man. That were cool back in the day.
The
You know
whole
what I
thing
mean?
rips. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike says Tony needs to get one of those little police sirens so you're in your car and you can put it right on top. Hey, just turn it on and drive right through. You ever thought of that? Just roll down the window, pop it on.
But in Tony's case, it should be a purple light. It just goes, it's purple.
There's Tony. Get out of the way.
Yeah.
Will I get arrested for that?
Probably so, but
It's purple. You'd get arrested if it was blue.
we'll bail you out. Hey, wouldn't you rather be in a nice cell instead of stuck in traffic? Would you rather? Yeah. All right, Shirley, booty bag? Booty bag. Let's open it up.
Booty.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
317-1250 will make you a winner here on this Thursday.
I mentioned earlier, this week has been long. This hour has gone by fast.
Time flies when you're having fun.
That's because you got some booty.
Shirley, what do we got today?
Hold on.
Let's go to our booty reporter, Shirley Rhodes.
Keeper of the booty.
Keeper of the booty.
Yeah.
I have the keys to the booty. All right. Large two-topping pizza courtesy of Domino's.
All right, sounds good. 317-1250. What caller?
8.
All right, caller 8.
Don't let it go to your booty.
317-1250. A lot more of great humor like that when we return after this.
There's nothing more important than protecting your family. Fire ants can cause painful allergic reactions and even death. Protect your loved ones at home where you should feel the safest. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com to learn of our once-a-year treatment to guarantee you stay fire ant free. Tested and proven effective by your Eastern North Carolina exterminating professionals at Pest Tech of Greenville. Mention the crying baby for an extra 10% off.
This is Stephen Igo. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on hoistthecolors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
The best place for delicious food and great prices is Familia. Familia has something for everyone, like New York-style pizza, lasagna, chicken, veal, or eggplant parmesan, homemade meatballs, plus a variety of seafood selections and favorites, like the steak burger and southern pork chop. If you need food to go, Familia's drive-thru window is open and ready for all takeout orders. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, and FamiliaNC.com.
Christmas has come and gone, so bring in the new year with the ultimate Bon Jovi tribute band, Slippery When Wet.
It's my life, it's now or never.
One night only at the Bob Martin Ag Center in Williamston, Saturday, January 15th. Advance tickets just $25 at innovativeticketing.com. $30 at the door. Hear your favorite Bon Jovi hits for one night only. Saturday, January 15th at the Bob Martin Ag Center in Williamston. Advance tickets just $25 at innovativeticketing.com.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low, low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates.
At Union Bank, we understand you live life on the go. That's why our banking options are designed to serve you, wherever you are. If you want to meet us in person at one of our local branches, complete banking tasks on the go from the mobile app, or bank from your office with convenient remote deposit and cash management services, we're everywhere you need us to be. Whether you're simply managing a busy schedule or an entire business, we're right there with you with personalized service and helpful tools. Call or visit us online at unionbanknc.com. Union Bank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
This is Big John Williams, strength and conditioning coach for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Congratulations to Robbie Sutton of Greenville. Picked up a large 2-topping pizza courtesy of Domino's. Domino's of Greenville has 3 locations to take care of you. Every day, all three topping pizzas are only $7.99 each for carry-out only. Order online today at Domino's.com. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live on a Thursday. They're going to give it another go. More semi-pro football, Troy D. Remember the XFL, the AAF?
Yeah.
Well, the USFL.
I saw the ads for this thing.
Yeah, USFL is coming back. It's going to, season will start in April, run through June, and they named some of their first head coaches today. Some familiar names: Todd Haley, a longtime offensive coordinator, was a head coach with the Chiefs, I believe. Kevin Sumlin We saw him coach live, Troy D. He lost in the Conference USA Championship with Houston when they played here at ECU. He was also the head coach at Arizona and A&M when they had Johnny Football, I believe. Mike Riley, I remember him with Oregon State. But these leagues have just not been able to succeed. They were going to have a couple last year. The Rock was involved with bringing the XFL back, but COVID took that away, I think. So
well, they postponed it. I think it's not till 2023.
Right.
And Gene Chizik also is rumored to be in talks with one of the teams in the USFL.
So they're going to...
I don't see their fate being any different than the other ones that have tried this before. Is it a spring football league?
April to June.
Yeah, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, for whatever reason.
I'm not, rooting against them, but it just doesn't seem to work for whatever reason.
History shows.
Yeah.
It just has not worked. All right.
And you've had some big money people backing these things before. Yeah. You've had Vince McMahon's organization that has a multi-billion-dollar industry backing it.
The original XFL lasted just one season, right?
Yeah, they came back. That didn't work. Then the
AAF.
The AAF had like CBS behind it.
Yeah, and Bryce was part of that, and we still hadn't got the full story, but he just talked about how dysfunctional it all was.
Yeah.
Guys were waiting on checks.
But the guys that started it were major, like, former executives.
Right.
Media executives and stuff. I mean, knew what they were doing.
Bill Polian, too.
Yeah.
Like, they had football minds.
They had some big names in it. Some good name coaches, too. But it's just, the interest isn't there.
Right.
Unfortunately.
You can't force interest even from football fans
Correct.
like us.
You can't fake it.
Week 18 is happening this week for the first time ever. I kind of wish we were on to the playoffs. But
I know, because week 18 is like, are you going to start your starters? Are you going to sit your starters? What you going to do? You going to do this? You don't know who's going to win. You never know.
I like the idea at first. Now I don't like the idea. I feel like it's dragged on too long.
The only winner go home game, really, two teams that the winner is in is the Chargers and the Raiders.
Right.
Winner to the playoffs.
That's the only game that counts.
Yeah. So they put that one Sunday night. Who the Patriots got, Tony? I don't even know.
We got the Dolphins 425.
And the Patriots are in. They're
regardless,
just trying to
win or lose, we're in.
Yeah.
So.
And I guess they can still win the division if they win and Buffalo loses.
Yeah, Buffalo loses.
Do you have like home field advantage at stake, or
Well, if Buffalo loses,
yeah. So you have a reason to win.
So they're going to try. But New England's going to try to win the game. Absolutely.
If the playoffs started this weekend, though, we would get the rematch of Patriots and Bills
in Buffalo.
Buffalo.
So, I saw you broke out your Bills jersey the other day.
I lost a bet and had to put the jersey on for a couple of days. Yeah. Goes that way sometimes.
Understand.
How about the Bengals?
That's
Tony?
guarantees.
Unbelievable, man. Let me tell you something, man. Cincinnati Bengals is a team to watch. I watched them play against Kansas City last week, and they were
flying up and down the field.
The boys can go.
They're going to have a home playoff game because they won their division. The Tennessee Titans and Chiefs are fighting for the 1 seed in the AFC. Packers owner Aaron Rodgers, Bears owner.
Yeah,
man, I messed that joke up.
Yeah.
Bears owner,
try it again.
Yeah, Bears owner Aaron Rodgers and the Packers will have home field advantage in the NFC.
I'm really hoping he makes a change with our general manager first. I'm not as worried about head coach, but hopefully Aaron Rodgers.
Don't you wish he would focus more on the Bears' problems?
I think he knows he doesn't want. Traditionally, he's going with what former ownership used to do: wait till the end of the season before making a decision. So glad the new owner Aaron Rodgers is keeping that tradition alive.
So right now, who do you think is going to come out of the NFC?
Damn, I was going to ask you that. So so the Packers are the 1 seed. Who's the best team other than them? And that answer changes every week.
I know.
So it's the Rams, Bucks, Cowboys, Cardinals are the nominees.
It depends on the week.
I'll go Rams, but I am nervous about Stafford playing in a big time playoff.
Or could the Cowboys be getting hot at the right time?
Well, they just lost last week.
You got to be careful for Arizona.
Get it out of the way.
You got to be careful for Arizona too, man. Arizona's got a tough defense, and
that's the thing. They're all pretty good, but they all have flaws.
If you got to go through Lambeau, though, I don't think anybody's going to beat Green Bay.
I got to go with Aaron right now. The only team that can beat them is Tampa Bay. That's the only team.
Brady.
Yeah, that's the only team that can.
But that's going to be tough on the road.
That's the only team that can beat them.
I want to see the Rams or Cardinals get in, but the idea of an NFC championship, Brady in Lambeau versus Rodgers,
that's exciting.
The NFL's pulling for that.
Yeah.
And probably they're pulling for the Cowboys to do something too, just because that'll get some eyeballs. But NFC playoffs are going to be awesome. There are some a few dud teams in with the Niners and maybe the Eagles. I don't know. I don't think they have much of a shot. But
Are you ready to be disappointed on the Washington football team name? Have you prepared yourself?
I think I know it's going to get crapped on no matter what.
No, I'm not talking about what people think. I'm just saying your disappointment in it. Like
I've kind of resigned I mean, it's been going on for so long now. I've kind of resigned my fact to I thought Red Wolves would be cool.
I think that's better than Admirals.
I don't really like Admirals.
I don't either. That has like a Navy connotation to it. I
know.
And there's no tie-in. I don't see the Washington with the Navy.
I agree.
The Washington Bucketheads.
What is that?
A buckethead.
What is a buckethead?
Google it up.
If you got a buckethead, you know how hard you can hit.
That's
if you
Tony's,
have a buckethead.
Tony's
the Washington
knuckleheads. He likes to call people bucketheads.
Let me just see if there's
the Washington Bucketheads.
It's a slang term.
There's a famous musician.
That's catchy, man.
Why did Buckethead leave Guns N' Roses? That's a great question.
The Washington Bucketheads.
All right. No, I like Commanders more than Admirals. I don't love either one of them, but those are on the short list apparently. So
yeah, I was trying to come up with something last night. Like what would be good? Because I like the idea of keeping the R, where you could still have that. You know,
Red Wolves, Red Hogs, Red Hogs.
It's got to be red something.
How about the feathers? The Washington feathers.
I don't really like that. It sounds kind of soft, Tony.
Yeah.
We played the feathers this week.
Who was it? Pirate Al with the Washington Rednecks.
Rednecks.
I thought that would be one. You don't have to worry about a trademark violation of any. There's no team out there calling themselves the Rednecks right now. You could have a great logo.
Yeah, the
guy in a beard,
but somebody's gonna say,
with the smoke in one hand.
You can't call people rednecks. So then somebody's gonna say something about.
I
rednecks.
think we could get representatives of the Redneck Nation say this would be an honor to be recognized by the Washington Rednecks.
You know, with the leaky sewage and stuff, y'all should be the Washington Plumbers.
Have a cool wrench logo, a wrench, and Rednecks versus Cowboys would be a great game. Though.
It's almost really redneck versus redneck already.
Totally
when you do that, yeah.
I mean, a new rivalry is born.
That would be amazing. Rednecks versus Cowboys, Monday Night Football.
Well, we got a lot of respect for the Rednecks. Have Jerry Jones pumping up the game. It'd be a lot of fun.
Marty Smith from ESPN on the call.
Yeah, I don't know. To answer your question, Troy, it's going to be underwhelming, but I'm kind of glad to just get it over with, I guess. I wish the team was good. That's what I'm really concerned about. But that's not going to happen either.
In a few years.
But it's funny that Washington changed their name, but I see like Chicago Blackhawks, which is the NHL team. There's no discussion about changing that at all. There's no concern about that. There's no uproar about that.
Well,
is it because it's an NFL team and they get so much more attention?
They have an
agreement with the Blackhawk Nation.
Yeah, like
the Seminoles do.
Right.
Yeah, like that's part of who they are to recognize them, and they bring them into
the Chiefs are still the Chiefs.
Right. So I mean, I'm just saying it's not all, and I guess because maybe that's considered also a derogatory term to Native Americans. That was part of the issue too.
And I don't know if it is or not. It is kind of weird to say though. You don't hear a lot of like I don't call Tony black skin. Hey, black skin.
Right.
I don't call Troy white skin. It is kind of weird.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they just wanted to move away from it all.
Probably. I guess that was part of both issues.
So anyway, tis what it is.
I don't know. It's interesting though. You don't see. It's rare for change names.
They are changing the Indians to the Guardians, and Washington, I guess, to their credit too, they don't want to have the trademark issues because the Cleveland Guardians are already getting sued by like some minor league hockey team or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
they'll settle that in court
because of that name.
That team just wants money. They'll fix that. They'll end up both keeping the name, and then they'll settle.
Sure, and they'll probably get some.
Yeah.
And Daniel Snyder doesn't want to give out any more money. So.
But sometimes it's the way you can't trademark just a name. It's the way you write the name. It's the color of the name. Pirates is a perfect example. There's hundreds of Pirates across the country when it comes to high school, college, pro. There's Pirates at every level. You know, you can't. It's not the name; it's the way you use the name.
Right. We can't use the Pittsburgh logo.
Right. Correct.
For our stuff.
Exactly.
Seton Hall or whatever.
That's right.
Pirates is a great name.
Yeah. What about the Washington Pirates?
There's already the Bucks, but
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you go to that.
The Washington Red Swords.
No, what's a red sword?
Exactly. You'd have no conflict. It would be a sword that's red.
Why not Bucketheads? This is it. Why as well go with
Tony, we moved on from Bucketheads.
Might as well go with Bucketheads.
I just gave that to them for free. They're paying some marketing company $10 billion to come up with some crappy name and logo.
The Red Swords.
The Red Swords.
Yeah.
Be kick ass.
Sounds like sores, red sores. Like something you get in your
sometimes
butt.
you play like red sores, so it could go both ways.
All right, playoffs coming up next week. By the way, speaking of the biggest game this week, it will be Chargers Raiders. Zay Jones had a monster game on Sunday. Linville Joseph on the Chargers side. We were talking about this with Igo. Linville's kind of getting up there in his career. He'll probably get another contract or two, maybe one-year deals. Yeah.
You think he was going to get a couple? How old is he now?
Like maybe a couple of one-year deals.
Oh,
I'm saying he'll get a one-year deal next year, and maybe
9-10 years now, right?
Yeah,
close.
He left here in 2009.
Yeah, but he's still good. So I mean, he's
still playing, still
a factor.
So he's trying to make another championship run. He got a Super Bowl early on in his career with the Giants,
right?
So trying to get one more, but it'll be Zay versus Linville Sunday night right here on Pirate Radio.
Yeah, big exciting,
cool tie in there. Tony, how about the championship, Bama and Georgia rematch?
I mean, I'm gonna tell you, I think it's gonna be a good game, but I just can't see Georgia sticking with Bama. They just got too much offensively.
Georgia has been like untouchable other than one game this year, and that was when they got rolled by Bama.
Yeah,
and everybody before Georgia was a big favorite in that game. They're favorites in this game by 3 points.
That I don't understand. How can they be favored when Alabama put a beating on them?
How would you play that clip?
Anyway.
Because it almost seems like too good to be true. Is it a sucker bet?
It's like,
are they baiting you almost to take Alabama?
This is very like just normal man thinking. Anytime Bama is an underdog, just take Bama,
right?
And you won't feel bad about it,
right? And you're getting you're getting
3 points.
Yeah, maybe Georgia wins, and you're like, well, dang. But if you didn't take Bama as an underdog and Georgia gets smoked, you're like, I am a moron. You're going to look in the mirror and say, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Because you did not take Alabama in a championship game with Nick Saban. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I got to tell you, that's hard to pass up right there.
I know. It is. And look, Georgia's great. I mean, they dominated.
But this is why the sports books, especially in Vegas, are like a Taj Mahal. Because people load up on stuff like this.
Oh, yeah.
And then you think you've got to figure it out.
And then you get to start to think, so what are they telling me? What do I need to do? And then you start doing brain tricks on yourself.
I know. I've been burned by this in Vegas before.
Somebody's going to make some money and somebody's going to lose some money.
Like this is a no-brainer. There is never such thing as a no-brainer when it comes to sports betting.
Yeah. I mean, heck, the people were surprised, myself included. I had Tulane a favorite last night. East Carolina was a favorite, and then it went to a pick'em.
Yeah.
But we're talking about a 2-0.
And actually, how appropriate was that? Because it went to overtime.
Yeah, I mean,
it really was that close.
But a 2-0 Tulane team that had just beaten Memphis and Cincinnati comes in to play a team that hadn't played in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, why is this the line? This doesn't, but
I agree with you.
That's why.
I'm glad I would have lost my
yeah, right.
if I had taken that game.
Right. Let's get our final break in. We'll come back, wrap it up. We'll see if Tony's got any guarantees to start out 2022.
Don't we have some pending from last year?
I won my last guarantee. I'm glad to announce.
You guaranteed the bowl game.
It
didn't happen, so that's a busted guarantee. You couldn't even guarantee they'd play, Tony.
I'm glad you didn't do that. That would have been bad.
I know, right?
We'll take a timeout, come back. More to go after this.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kid store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
It's a new year and we have some exciting news at Angel Oak Home Loans. This is Talbot Green and I would like to introduce you to the newest member of our team, Braxton Green. I've known Braxton his entire life because he's my nephew. He is also a recent ECU graduate and has lived in Eastern North Carolina his entire life.
This is Braxton Green and I'm looking forward to working with you with your next home loan or refinance. Give us a call at Angel Oak Home Loans today at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685842. Equal housing lender.
This year, US Cellular is making a big deal out of the holidays. You can choose any phone from any brand free. That's right, any phone you see in our store is free. And get unlimited data for our best price of the season. Just $30 a month per line with 4 lines. Feel the locally grown joy from US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Limited time offer. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Unfortunately, many organizations today simply react to IT issues after the damage is done. This is known as the break-fix cycle in the tech service industry. University PC Care's Business Services Division has a better way, a proactive solution called BizCare. What's at your office? Call William at University PC Care today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
Get the best of the best for less at Bostic Suggs Furniture. The best name brand furniture at savings up to 15% off store-wide, plus 12 months special financing. Save on the best looks for your home. Save up to 70% off clearance items or get 72 months special financing. Get your best night's sleep on a comfortable new mattress with 72 months special financing. It's better than the rest. It's the best of the best, and it's going on now at Bostic Suggs Furniture.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Pirate Radio.
You know, I think this is a pretty blue-collar, tough, hard-nosed fan base, and that's the way our teams are going to be.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. It was a tough day for the stock market today. The Dow was down 170 points and closed at 36,236. NASDAQ was down 19 at 15,080, and the S&P fell 4 points and closed out at 4,696. That is a look at your stock market report brought to you by Wells Fargo Advisors. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Rock.
All righty, thank you, Shirley Rhodes. We're talking about it during the break. Troy, January 6th, this is the anniversary of a
day I'd like to forget.
A day that changed everything.
What a nightmare.
Yeah, of course.
It's probably one of the worst days of my life.
What happened?
The double doink.
I thought it was the double doink day.
Happy double doink day for those that recognize it.
It was the double doink heard around the nation.
I thought you guys were talking about the White House.
No, man, this is a lot more important. Come on.
I don't think it was the White House either, Tony.
Yeah, it was Capitol.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Wherever they were at.
Well, good. I'm glad you did. That was the setup that we were going for.
Yeah, perfect. That was the bait and switch right there.
Tony enjoyed it if nobody else did.
Yes, that was what, 3 years ago, Clip?
2019, yep.
Oh, man, I took my dad to that game.
You were there. We saw your first.
That was a playoff game?
That was a playoff game.
Wow.
Yeah, how far we've fallen since then. That really changed everything, because if they made that, they would have moved on to the NFC Championship, and who knows, could have been a Super Bowl run. Could have got hot, but now here we are.
Oh, yeah, because the Eagles, that was their with Nick Foles Super Bowl year, I guess.
Yeah, and how ironic he's our guy now. Pack up.
Wow.
Best third string in the league.
Can't beat him, join him.
Yeah, I forgot about that, man. I can't believe it's still. I've never been more depressed at a pro football game than that.
Where's Cody Parkey? That's the question.
I've got some choice words for
Lee
him.
D's got him tied up.
Always and how?
I hope he is miserable somewhere. Because he has made us miserable.
Real quick, Tony, I didn't bring this up because it's never going to happen, but just hear me out. This is a scenario.
Okay.
Chad asked, so if the Jaguars beat the Colts, and the Colts have not won in Jacksonville since 2014. Okay. So just throwing that out there.
Okay.
If the Jaguars beat the Colts, the Chargers and the Raiders can both make the playoffs if they tie. So do you ever see a scenario where NFL coaches and players could make a deal and say, look, guys,
tie on purpose?
We're just going to tie. We're both going to go to the playoffs. 100% chance of going. Just do this. We'll all agree to it, and we'll all go to the playoffs. What would you think as a player if your coach came to you and asked you if you would do that?
I'd be like, what? Are you serious?
I mean,
I thought about that clip, and I think I think there's too many moving pieces, too many people involved to have to do it. You'd never be able to get agreement on that. There'd be too many people would be like, no way, we're not doing
like,
that.
hell no.
I don't think you get the buy-in of the players.
So you do it for like 3 quarters, and then in the fourth quarter, somebody's like, hey, run it.
Exactly.
Right,
and even if you got the buy-in of your team, I think the other team may pull a fast one on.
It would be fascinating to watch. I'll say that. Like a game of chicken, right? Like who's going to flinch? So anyway.
And how do you do it? You just take a knee every time, and then you just keep handing the ball off to the other team?
I mean, Roger Goodell would lose his mind. He'd kick them both out of the playoffs, probably.
There's probably fines, and because you'd be what's that called? You'd be
jeopardize. I know what you're trying to say.
The integrity of the game.
Yeah.
You'd be
ruining the integrity, whatever.
The outcome would be predetermined.
Yeah.
All the bets would be off. They would throw it out of the book.
Compromising the integrity of the game.
Yeah, I just don't think they can do it.
Just a scenario.
It would never happen anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Tony, any guarantees for us on this first show of 2022 for you?
I you know what? I can say this. Aaron Rodgers will be in the NFC Championship game.
Okay.
Don't know who they're going to play.
So they got to win one game for that to happen.
Right.
Well, way to go out on a ledge.
That's not a big guarantee, but I guarantee this. The New England Patriots, whoever they play in the first round, they're going to win. So I got 2 guarantees.
There's the guarantee. All right.
Patriots,
whoever
their first game, Packers get to the NFC Championship.
All right.
Mitchell, remember those. We'll forget.
It's kind of a win. It's kind of like a guarantee parlay. It's like a 2-team parlay guarantee.
All right. I like your chances on those. Especially if somehow the Bills play the Jets this week, right?
Yeah, they're not going to lose against the Jets.
It'd help if it was in Gillette. All right, Tony, good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Enjoyed it. Troy D, we'll see you Monday.
Sounds good. Look forward to it.
Am I coming back next week? Are you guys going to remind me?
Yeah.
I'd love to have you back. I did get can I mention a big guest announcement for Monday?
Oh, yeah.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of folks may remember Arn Anderson that are listening to us. Arn Anderson's son is a big-time wrestler with AEW. They will be in Raleigh Wednesday night next week. We're going to be talking to Arn Anderson. I believe...
I don't think we are.
I'm sorry, Arn Anderson's son.
We're talking to Brock Anderson.
His son.
AEW.
Yes.
On
Monday.
On Monday.
Yeah, I think that's a great get.
It is, yes.
That's awesome.
Arn's kid, not Arn.
Arn's son.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey,
I'm excited.
I'm going to a hockey game this weekend, too.
Really?
Yeah, I am.
Ski and hockey?
Wait, who's taking
Are you sure?
There's no way you're paying for hockey tickets.
Absolutely not.
Oh, I know.
Although you did tell me you're going to be in the regular people seats, right?
At the hockey game?
Yeah.
I think so.
See, if I took you to a hockey game, I'd get you in a suite.
But they're going to be good seats, though, from what I hear.
I like that, Troy. If you took them to a game, we'll take them to a game.
I'll see.
I mean, if I took you, but you're not taking them.
I'd have to call in some chips for my friends that have the suite.
hey, Troy.
I'll have to wait till I owe you a favor.
Don't call me, I'll call you.
Enjoy your hockey, Tony Collins.
Yeah. See if you get free popcorn there, buddy.
I
got an answer for you. You won't. It'll be $10 a Buckethead.
We'll see you, Buckethead. See you Friday.
The Washington Buckethead.
Washington Buckethead. You heard it here first. We'll see you Friday, 3 o'clock on Pirate Radio Live. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7